What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing well. Hope everything's going well. How y'all doing? Oh, I got something playing in my ear. What the heck? How y'all doing? Shout out to all of you all. Oh God. Hope y'all doing well. It seems like you can't make this stuff up. As soon as I go live, everything start happening at one time. Shout out to all of you all. Y'all didn't think we would be here on time today. Yeah, no, we doing it. Y'all, it's so much going on. You just can't make this stuff up. Hope all of you all are doing well. Hope all of you all are doing well. So we're gonna get started here. Can y'all hold for 1 second? Hold on 1 second for. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. Thank y'all so much for holding tight. I appreciate it. Shout out to all of you all tuning in. We have, oh Lord, I had to close out on YouTube for some reason. Well, we have a video we're gonna check out that Candace, you Heffa, because she never quits. She did on, was it Monday? Today's Wednesday. Yes, on Monday. So we're gonna do that show first. Because I didn't get the chance to go live on Monday. Miss all you guys. And listen, work is work, something else, honey. But I wanted to make sure we at least do that one. So if she does go live today, we'll be able to catch it. If not, then oh well. You know, maybe we all need the little brain break. I heard her and Dave Rubin were having some issues. Candace, you can't sit here and get mad at people calling you out. I mean, you can get mad at it, but don't get mad when they respond to you. That's all I'm saying. Don't get mad when they respond. That's all I'm saying. So he's been calling her ass. He's been calling her little ass out, and she don't like it. Shout out to all of you all up in here. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. Shout out to Wyoming gal. Shout out to my moms. Thank you all so much for being up in here and tuning in and for holding it down. I have the best moms on YouTube. Don't let anybody tell you anything any differently. I appreciate you guys so much. Wyoming gal. Candia's up in here. Susie Q up in here. Y'all gotta get some music. Let's see here. Who else we got up in here? CC up in here. Saint. How you doing? Shout out to all of you all. Thank y'all so much for being in here. I appreciate it. Francisco up in here. What's going on? Stacy up in here. Listen, y'all better hit that like button if you know what's good for you. Who we checking out here? Mama Lulu videos. Oh, yes. I've seen a couple. I think we've shown a couple here on the LOC. She is pretty funny. I love her. When people get wise and they get older, they kind of just say whatever. And we're here for it. Okay. We're here for it. I'm like that. Whatever comes up, comes out. Sometimes I have to remember, everybody don't want to hear certain things, but it is what it is. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the Lady Luck Club as well, because we are growing here in the LLC. We're trying to hit 50,000 supporters by March 31st, my birthday. So make sure you guys are sharing the content, letting it get out to the masses, and let's continue to have the channel grow, because great information is coming up out of here, you all. especially this year. I already got some Scientology videos lined up. We're gonna start diving into that. It's something else. Oh my goodness. But yes, Candace obviously is getting bored, so she's just going into fights with. Oh boy, I have a question for for all those who consider themselves to be conservatives or Republicans. When are you all going to just kick Candace to the curb? I don't even know why people think that she's still a conservative at this point because I can't even tell, and I'm probably more neutral when it comes to politics than anyone else I know. It's just kind of like, why is she still there? I figure you all be just disowning her by now. And I don't know if the Democrats want her. So, I don't think they want it either. So her having some issue with Dave Rubin is not going to tear apart a conservative platform or party or anything if she's not in it. She's got to still have an invite to the party if she's going to be in it to tear anything up. She's not tearing anything up. Probably should have never really been in it to begin with because she doesn't seem like she cares either way. I don't think she cares. Candace just puts on the show. Everything is about a PR stunt for her. All right. Y'all remember that. Because I've been on point when it comes to calling her out. This is a PR stunt for Candace. So it's all about her image and all about her putting on a show. She wanted to be an actress. And this is how she's portraying herself. Let me pretend to be something I'm not and just go all the way there. And now she's QAnon. Who knows what's going on with her? And she has no consistency with it. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't claim her. If I were you all, I wouldn't claim her. And I don't think Democrats are gonna claim her either. So she can just be tossed out alone. Candace, you stand alone, you heifer. You can't make this up. You guys saw the title? I have no problem calling her a heifer. It's the fact that she's sitting here throwing out false accusations now. This man is like, this is gross what you trying to say about me. It is gross. It's very gross. I mean, she hit below the belt, but y'all remember now, this is a PR stunt for her. So she doesn't care what she says. She's just gonna hit below the belt. That's why I don't care what I say when I talk about her. So shout out to all the candy ass cult members up in here. You do come in my chat at your own peril. Please remember that. Hit the like button while you're here. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Shout out to you, Star Scorpio. What's shout out to you? Thank you so much. I see some new faces up in here. Lisa, what's going on? CC up in here. Francis up in here. Y'all ready? Colleen up in here. Y'all hit that like button. Let me know what number you are. Kat is your friend until she gets what she wants. And if you confide in her and in the future you have disagreements, she will use against you for her advantage. Exactly. That's the epitome of two-face. But see, this is just for Candace. This is like her alternate reality. In her world, she gets to be a TV star. You know, that movie star Candace you could never ever be because you have no talent. Now she gets to be this movie star. Who reaches out to TPUSA talking about put me on your payroll? I'll help you with your PR. Why? All your cult members think they're the enemy. All the attacks against TPUSA, now she wants to be on their payroll. Yeah, because she wants to come out like she's broke. Candace, George, come out that closet. Can you explain to us exactly what's going on with your finances? Because your alien of a White Walker of a wife, it's she walking around here asking me put on TPUSA's payroll. Wolves of Finance, you about to be sued because you're an idiot. And he's sitting here attacking them when Candace wants to be on their payroll. I want you all to think about the gravity of that right now. Candace, you come off like you broke as hell. What's wrong with you? She acting like the little broke girl down the street asking for sugar. Hey, you got 2 eggs I can use. Always borrowing something. Bye, Felicia. Just like a Felicia. Y'all should go into full Felicia mode. Felicia begged Craig and Smokey for everything in the movie. Oh, I'm gonna need to use your car. What is that? You come down here, bar sugar, Kool-Aid. You talking about you need to use my car. Get away from me. That's how Candace sounds right now. Candace, you sound just like Felicia. Y'all, she finally living up to that name. I'm telling you, you can't make this up. Candace has finally lived up to the name Felicia. Now she just want to use people's cars and stuff. Put me on your payroll at TPUSA. What? Erica Kirk, let me help you out. Candace, hell no. And and when I say hell no, mean hell has to freeze over. And there's no more heat down there. You'll find out. It's a hell no. Because you don't dog out TPUSA and then try to turn around and have them put you on their payroll when you're supposed to be making money from your YouTube channel, or is that somehow faltering off? Because Candace, we know when you off script, we can obviously tell you running out of material, girl. She running out of content, y'all. She ain't got nothing else to talk about. She's being sued because she's an idiot. She doesn't know how to just report on what she's read. That's too much like right. Candace, your whole cult should feel betrayed. They should be hammering you in the comment section. How dare you want to be put on TPUSA's payroll? How dare you? Yeah, this idiot wants to be on TPUSA's payroll. Yeah, thank y'all so much, man. We got to get that a little bit in. We got to get the laugh and get time for this notification to go out. I believe Dave about the conversation. There would be no reason for him to get into that mess if it wasn't true. He knew she'd swing back. Oh yeah, Candace, we all swinging back at you, girl. Why she wants to be on TPUSA's payroll? That's such a just clown moves you making, Candace. You White Walker. When you come and crash land on our planet, we would think that you would want to have a job lined up before you get here. You can have a job lined up before you get here. Don't come here to Earth if you ain't got no job. Keep your ass on your planet. Blexit your way out if you cannot have a job before you land here on our planet talking about, can I borrow your car? Like, you can't make this up. That's how we feel. Candace, all of Earth feels like you're just trying to use our car. And you don't want to put no gas in it. None of that. You just come to leech. Get your ass out of here. Can't make this stuff up. Oh, man. We got a Can DC in 81 in here? Was Candace Owens served or just the other guy? I believe he was a lawyer or something, or he worked with finances. I'm not sure. Was it just him, or did Candace Owens receive one as low? I think he just got a cease and desist letter. Now, just for you all to know, it's something we all discuss, but anyone can shout out to Jay with my brother in Christ and my big bro. But I stated then, it's something that anyone can send out. Anyone can issue a cease and desist letter. A cease and desist order has to come from a government agency or the court of law. So an order and a letter are two totally separate things. But the letter that Wolves and Finance posted up was, he just talked about it, really. He didn't even read it. So that was lame of him. But he did that because he wanted to kind of give this impression, like, oh, they're trying to sue me and all this other stuff. It's like, child, please, anybody trying to sue you, you keep running your mouth, they will. They don't have to try. They'll just do it. But I want to say she may have gotten a letter. And of course, Candace doesn't even want to tell people about this motion to dismiss with the Macron lawsuit because, Heffa, we know you filed a motion to dismiss. But she's not going to say or do anything that makes her look bad because it's a PR thing for her. This is all a show. And people are just playing along in her dumb, sick, weird, twisted game. She's putting on a show where she wants to be the star. So I believe they sent her a letter because that's something anybody can do. I do believe they sent her a letter and probably outlined just some of the false, dumb things she said. Not everything, because she said a lot of dumb things. So their letter would be pages long. Like the Macron's lawsuit is like 200 plus pages. Can you imagine that cease and desist letter from TPUSA and Eric Kirk? Y'all can imagine how long that letter would be if they had to include every false statement that Candace Owens has ever said. that it might as well be a complaint filed to a court. So I'm sure they sent her a letter. I'm sure they kind of summarized some of the things she said, the more damaging, things that could definitely be seen as defamatory in court, and probably told her flat out, this is where we at. If you got any questions, you can contact us first. But clearly, letters, she's not going to care about a cease and desist letter. She doesn't care about a complaint. Candace don't care about a lawsuit. So
I had a dream. I had a
yeah, we're gonna start off with this, y'all. Candace could care less about anything, to be honest with you. However, I do believe they sent her a letter, and hopefully they will sue her, because then that way we can read the full complaint with everything that she said, all the issues pointed out that is defamatory, that can be, litigated in court, and that she would end up being responsible for paying out damages. She said some crazy things, like her literally trying to keep people from, being donors and sponsors and stuff. Who does that? You telling people not to contribute or to get a refund. That has to be one of the most damaging, right? Saying to people, hey, you all should go and get your refund, get your money back if I were you all, because they're stealing money. You know what I'm saying? They stealing money, so go get your refund and take your money back. Well, now you're trying to interfere with their ability to generate revenue. They're a nonprofit organization. They rely on sponsors. They rely on contributions. So that has to be one of the most damaging that would stick and land in court, where you're telling people off of a lie from Wolves and Finance. See, you all see how that's connecting? Wolves and Finance said a bunch of dumb things that were not true. And he went after their finances, talked about the taxes and how they couldn't file by a certain deadline, which was not true at all. Tried to give this impression that they weren't able to do an audit, and that wasn't even the terminology they used in the memo. And then Candace took that and used that to say, oh, where there is some level of fraud, there's questions going on. And then she did a post saying, you know what? I think people should probably be trying to get their money back. They should request refunds. She has actively tried to hinder them from having sponsors and donors. She makes an issue of that. That is her interfering with their ability to generate revenue. And that is the epitome of the defamation. Is where you're causing not just the reputational harm, but there's some sort of financial damage, punitive damages that are being incurred here. Because you're literally putting in posts for people to stop giving money to TPUSA, or creating an issue about people giving money to TPUSA like they have to go and get Candace's permission to do it. So now that actually hurts their bottom line financially. And they've been functioning just fine before Charlie Kirk died. Like, she didn't ever say anything about them getting refunds in the past while he was alive. All this crap she's saying, she never said it when he was alive. But now he's assassinated, and now you want to see him tell people to get their money back. That piece right there could be the foundation of their lawsuit. But she did that in correlation to Wolves and Finance's video, where he lied like hell about the super PAC, about TP endowments, because he didn't define it, all these things. And he did it under the guise of being an accountant. So he wanted to come off as if he's an expert. I'm an accountant. I know what I'm talking about. No, he didn't. He lied like hell. And he tried to brush it off. So because of that, that's one of the reasons why he definitely got a letter. His BS led to Candace's BS that led to her putting up this post talking about get your money back, get a refund. She doesn't have the authority to tell people to do that, especially for a nonprofit. What you're talking about, the majority of their revenue comes in through donors and sponsors. Does it make sense? So I want you all to understand why he was one of the ones that got a letter. She used his nonsense to sit here to try to hurt their bottom line financially. And that's exactly what he was trying to do under this so-called I'm an expert at being an accountant sort of thing. Yeah, okay. So he's not operating under a journalist who is just doing some simple reporting on research and asking questions, asking true legitimate questions based off, a foundation of facts and evidence and information. No, he's sitting here saying that he feels that it's some fraud happening. Oh, I don't believe that it's ethical for them to invest in the stock market when a TP endowment, the endowment itself, is designed to do just that. Because he didn't even want to look up the definition of an endowment. So those are the things that hurt them financially, cause damages. So he got a letter for sure because of that. And she could probably just get flat out sued. I mean, at this point, they just need to sue her and tell her kick rocks. Candace, Blexit, you're behind up out of here. I do want to read this email I got. Shout out to I don't want to say your real name. I'm not gonna do that to you, honey. Heather Rose. There you go. That is give your YouTube name. She sent me some information on defamation per se. She said, "Hey LLC, wanted to clarify something I heard last night on the live stream. Not to be critical, which is fine. See, and I want you all to understand this is part of that journalism is being able to get information, even if you guys say information to help correct me on things. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. So I don't mind being corrected. Send me information, especially if this is your field of study. Absolutely. So we all learn together now. And you're not being critical. Trust me when I say that. You're not being critical at all. So I wanted to read this because I wanted you to know that information that's accurate and truthful, I'd rather be corrected and be accurate in it than to be arrogant about it and then be completely off base. Because then it makes it hard for people to want to trust anything that you say moving forward. It's like, you know how many times Lady Look Little said this crap and it's so wrong. So we're gonna stay corrected on this. We're gonna read this information here. This came in an email. I'm not gonna pull it up because I don't want to pull up anybody's email address, anything like that. But it says, but to support the effort of pushing back against the violence, we're witnessing Candace et al. Defamation per se is not implicit defamation. It's the opposite, and so much so that malice can be construed from the defamatory comment made. Use of the term defamation per se implies the intent of malice as well. So there you go. You have to show definitely an intent of malice, and I think that's what they would have to prove because Candace picks and chooses when she wants to be, some member of the press, but she still is a public figure. So if someone sues her, they definitely have to prove malice intent. Let's see here. As such, there is no need to prove damage occurred when proving defamation. Defamatory per se statement alone proves harm. Awesome to know that. Thank you for that. I've attached some resources. I hope it will help to explain it better. It's a difficult concept to explain. The first resource explains it best, I think. Hope this helps. Keep up the good work. Listen here. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. And I'm going to put this link in here so you all can see. We all learn together, child. I'm not too proud to read information. You see what I'm saying? Boom. So if they decide to sue, guess what? They don't even have to. It wouldn't even be hard. Candace, you would really be screwed if it was defamation per se. It seems like it's much easier to get that one. Can't make the top. She's telling people, don't donate. Get a refund back. Girl, you have no idea what you're doing, Candace. Clearly. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Candace is full of malice toward Erica and Andrew. She hates everybody. She hates my guts. She hates Paramount Tactical, Jay Witt, Mira. She hates Dave Rubin. She hates us all. Candace, girl, we don't care. we just don't care. What's going on? No reply. How you doing? See, stop. What's going on, Gary? How you doing? No reply says it's perfectly fine to be wrong. It only becomes a problem if you don't take the new info and learn from it. Exactly. There you go. There you go. It's called integrity and being humble. LLC. Thank you. Listen, we are human. We make mistakes. And there are a lot of things that when it comes to legal matters that I don't know. So even when it comes to like when we talk about the gunpowder, the gun residue, the gun shells, I let you all tell me that. I go to you all the time about those topics because I have no idea what like greens and child. I let you all explain that every single time because I want it to come from those who know best, and that's what it's all about. All of us, learning from each other. I learned a lot from you all, and I appreciate you guys. And as y'all, you can see, I'm catching up with my emails. January said everyone that hires Candace, she leaves them in bad terms. Exactly, she does. Broke Vet says the part left out about W and F cease and desist is TPUSA encouraged W and F to actually talk to them to get the facts. They don't want him assuming wrongly what's going on. Exactly. But see, here's the thing, Broke Vet, and that's a good point. When you're asking questions, you will go to them. You will reach out to them to say, hey, I'm an independent journalist. I'm working on a story, a piece. I've seen some of your financial records, particularly your tax filings, and I have some questions about it, as well as, just I guess some ideas based on this memo that was mentioned before I put out this video, right? And then they probably would have given him some information. Me personally, I didn't have to contact Wills and Finance to debunk his behind to say, here's what an endowment is. I just did it because he just failed to look it up, and that's information that's available to the public. But when it comes to specific information and finances about a company or an organization like this, he probably would be able to call them or reach out to them, and they probably would answer because he does not have a small YouTube channel. And because he's got Candace playing his videos, they probably would know who he is. But when you're asking questions, it shouldn't be hard to reach out. That's where Wolves and Finance messed up. Now his pride is going to come before his fall because he's trying to keep up with Candace in her coat. And for what? They don't pay his bills. They're not going to pay his attorney's fees either. They're going to be like, look, bro, you're not the star of the show. You're not our cult leader. Candace, the White Walker, is. You just act like one, but you're not her. They're not paying your attorney's fees, Wolves and Finance. All right. They're not going to do it. Candace would have to tell them to raise $250,000 for you. Because that Mitch Snow treatment, I'm sure you want that, but you're not getting it. Candace would have to be the one to tell them, I need you all to go over here to Save GoFundMe now. Save Me Fund Go, whatever it is. And give him 300 grand for his attorney's fees. They're not going to do it unless she says it. So Wolves and Finance played himself. He played himself. Boy, he let a White Walker alien play him like a fool. That's what happens in these cults, y'all. You get these little champions and little butt kissers like him, think that they on the same level, and then he realized the hard way, oh, I can't pull strings like that. And guess what Candace gonna do? Cut his behind off and act like he never existed. That's how they go. That's how it is. That if you continue to sit here and think you're gonna climb up the ranks holding on to Candace, this alien from outer space, she is about to be a grave disappointment to Wolves and Finance. She's like, oh, she's only bringing it up because she's fearful of them doing something to her. But I guess somehow she thinks being on their payroll will spare her from a lawsuit. Candace, it will not. They're not going to hire you to keep from suing you. What's wrong with you, girl? The hell is wrong with Candace? She actually thinks these people are going to put her on their payroll. Candace, this is real life. This is not a movie. This is not the Truman Show. This is real life, real people's livelihoods. People's safety at stake here. 2 kids that you don't care about, they safety at stake here. They're not stunning you. You can't make this stuff up. Y'all. As soon as she see he got hit with a lawsuit, he's done. I'm sorry. Who is Wolves in Finance? I don't know who he is. I only played like a portion of his video that one time. And even then, it's his words, and it's not mine. I mean, it's not like I'm not speaking for him, and he doesn't speak for me. So I have nothing to do with his lawsuit. If they file a lawsuit against him, that's against him. That has nothing to do with me. I have my own problems. Y'all put a one in the chat if that sounds like Candace. That's exactly what she gonna say. Candace Heffa, I know you listening. Y'all think she don't listen to small time content creators? Yes, she do. Because she don't think we can do some damage. Girl, please. Bye, Felicia. I know you listen, you Heffa. And you're still bad at this. That's why you're behind being sued and sent cease and desist letters. Because you're bad at this. And now Wolves in Finance thought he was good at this, and come to find out he sucks as well. Can't make this up. Y'all, let's get started on this. We're going to I Have a Dream. Yep. From the Daily Wire, because they're awesome. I want them to keep at it. I'm going to hit the thumbs up. Make sure you guys go check them out. I don't remember playing this on Jay Witt Podcast, but we got to check it out here. And then we're going to go into the episode from Monday that she did on MLK Day. It's crazy. So in the spirit of MLK, to which Candace is nothing like. Candace, you're not MLK. All right, we don't care if you had a dream. It sounds demonic if nothing else. So we really don't care. Y'all put a one in the chat where you all can see and hear. Let's get to it.
I had a dream. And like I said, this one was clear. I had a dream that Charlie was betrayed. I had a dream, and I feel as strongly about the dream that I had that Charlie was betrayed by people closest to him. Never ignore your subconscious. That's why I say I pay attention to my dreams.
Have you ever had a dream that...
No, you had a dream. Charlie told you he was... Yeah, Charlie told me that he was betrayed. Charlie was sitting on the patio, and he was eating hummus. He's like, this is the best hummus I've ever tasted in my life. I had a dream. It was so clear. I promise you can actually fact check this with Village Crazy Lady, my girl Mel.
You do.
Loving your emails telling me about your dreams. People in Turning Point had dreams. Dreams can give you some sort of intuition. And I certainly think that mine gave me a lot of intuition. Oh, the cool kids don't pay any mind when they have a very vivid dream. And Charlie in the dream says he was betrayed. Oh, the cool kid, it's not cool. I have been having a lot of dreams.
You want
Candace Owens, and to try to paint her as a crazy person because she had a dream. And I'm sticking with the dream. But many people actually had dreams, and they email me them all the time. And I had another vivid dream. The dream was so vivid. It was like, if you've ever seen Harry Potter, they're just going on vibes in a dream on the Candace show. That's it. She had a dream, and now she's just blindly pointing the finger at everybody. Tell me who betrayed you. It wasn't until the third week after his death that finally one face came through in this dream. It came through as clear as day around the corner of the restaurant. And
it was hers.
You want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Sorry, that was a dream that I had.
Remember how I told you?
Y'all. That's the full video. Oh man, Candace, you're gonna get roasted forever. Before we get to this video, I want to go to the post with Dave Rubin, right? He has a video over there. Dave Rubin, everybody don't have X, okay? Please put that video on your YouTube channel. Yeah, he may have. I just haven't seen it. All right, y'all. He did a post, and there was a video he played from his post because he was talking about how, the last time Candace came to his house or something to that extent, she was dogging out Charlie Kirk. I mean, I think we can all say that she hates Charlie Kirk. I think we can all say that. She don't like Charlie Kirk at all. And clearly her wanting to ruin his life is like, his livelihood and everything he stood for. It's the epitome of her, not caring about Charlie Kirk. So, I mean, if you go after his wife and kids after death, he's no longer here to defend them or protect them either. And you willing to go after them the way you do and your coat. And she's getting more death threats and kidnapping threats. You don't like him at all. So here's Twitter X, y'all. All right, Dave Rubin, at Rubin Report, said, I haven't said it publicly before. It's finally worth mentioning. But it's finally worth mentioning. Why does it take them so long to put Candace in place? She's an alien. What the hell is there to be scared of? Humans rule. Okay? We don't let aliens have this much power on our planet. Listen, we don't give in to threats, whether they're foreign or domestic. And when I say foreign, I mean from outer space as well. We don't do that here. Like on Earth, we're not in the mood. So these are things, once again, the same thing I said about Charlie Kirk. I wish these people would have spoken up. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, they want to sit here and keep kissing her butt. I think she got some dirt on Megyn Kelly. To be honest with you. Megyn Kelly is just absolutely petrified of Candace because she's a coward with no spine. And she calls herself a former litigator. Like, I've never understood that. What are you scared of? You've got the law on your side. She doesn't. But Megyn Kelly wants to be a little coward. So until Candace does something to her, or the moment she says something Candace doesn't like, and then realize, this code is a real thing. She's just gonna be sitting in the corner, cowering. But when you don't speak up and say things when it needs to be said, this is what happens. It grows and festers, and now here we are. And he's just not saying something. So I'm glad he's speaking up, but I'm sure this should have been said like 2-3 years ago. Like, you knew she hated Charlie Kirk's guts and you didn't say something then. Child boo, while he was still alive. Charlie Kirk should have spoken up too. Period. This monstrosity, if he was here, he was able to see what's going on, he would be like, oh no, I'm going to whoop her ass. Y'all probably the only time he cussed. I'm going to kick her ass. That's it. I'm going to kick her ass. No, I'm just kidding. He ain't going to hit the woman. The last time I saw Candace at my house in 2022, y'all, it's the year of our Lord 2026. This is 4 years ago. All she talked about for an hour was how much she hated Charlie Kirk. You can't make this stuff up. I don't think he's lying. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe him. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe him. If you believe Dave Rubin, put a 1 in the chat. I don't see why he would, what does he have to gain out of coming out at this point by saying, yeah, back in 2022, she hated his guts. Because he didn't marry her and choose her. Candace, it's a scorned woman thing. That's I said this. Didn't I tell you all that? Candace is a scorned lover. And when I say lover, meaning she was in love with him. And she's scorned about it. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. What we're getting is Candace's wrath from her being scorned because she was in love with Charlie Kirk and he told her, kick rocks, you dumb alien. I'm not marrying you. And now this is what we're getting. 1 in the chat. Look at all these ones. Because, honestly, he knew then she hates Charlie Kirk's guts. And I'm sure Dave Rubin probably told Charlie Kirk, look, bro, let me tell you something. Candace hates your guts. I just want you to know that. I don't know what's going on. Candace hates your guts. And then I'm sure Charlie Kirk tried to tell him, look, Dave, she tried to make a move on me, and then I saw a tentacle. It was like the long arm of a yeast infection poking out. And I was just like, what the heck is that? And she couldn't explain it to me. And then I realized she's an alien. And I was like, nah, no thanks. And then I met and married Erica Kirk, and that was it. So trust me, if she hates my guts, it's because I told her no. So that means 4 years, at least 3 years. Go back 3 years. Charlie Kirk lost his life last year, September. So he knew since 2022 that Candace Owens hated him. And he knew why. I'm a whole grown woman, honey. I know. If I have a dude that's he understands, yeah, she might be a little mad at me because, it happens. But to the point where Candace is scorned, this girl is scorned. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. If you want Candace to stop, it seems like we're going to have to Blexit her up out of here for real. Girl, we're going to have to kick you off our planet. Because hell has to freeze over for her to stop on her own, I guess. Or she's just going to really have to lose that $244 million that her and George, Boys Club are seen to be worth. So either money is going to have to get her to change her mind, or hell have to freeze over. It's going to be one or the other. That's why I keep saying Erica Kirk is going to have to sue her. TPUSA, they're going to have to sue her. There's the only way you're going to get her attention. Otherwise, we'll be at this until hell freezes over, and we ain't got time for that. Because this woman is scorned. She was in love with Charlie Kirk. He told her, no, you dumb alien. We're not doing this. I don't want you. Besides, I don't even know if you bleed red blood. What the hell is that coming out of you? She's oozing something. he knew. Charlie Kirk had to know. He's just like, I'm not playing this game with her. So she talked about how much for an hour. For an hour? How much you hate someone for an hour? Candace, that's a 5-minute conversation. You know, I hate this guy. The end. Moving on. You know, this chicken parmesan is the bomb. What the heck is your recipe? He cooks and he cute. I don't know nothing about David Rude, but he's attractive. I remember it vividly because the other two people she was ranting against that night were Ivanka and Jared, whom we had just met and had dinner with a few days before, and who couldn't have been kinder, more decent people. Yes, that is 100% true. And when she claims this didn't happen or it's a Zionist lie, ask her if she enjoyed the chicken parm. Ooh, child. Dave. And then he puts this photo up. Look at this, y'all. Oh my God. What I tell you, that look good. That looks so good. Cast iron chicken parm recipe, which we made every time she came over as per her request. See, what happened is her little ass got spoiled. She's a brat. Candace is a spoiled brat. That's what happened, y'all. I'm telling y'all that right now. Every time they go, she went over there, they made her this. Candace met Kanye at Peter Thiel's house. Wow. So Peter Thiel introduced her to Kanye West. She still railed over him. Long arm to the yeast infection. Yeah, y'all know them yeast infection data got some legs and tentacles and arms and everything. I think one of the little tentacles reached out, tried to grab Charlie Kirk and suck him in. And he was like fighting it like, oh man, he was fighting to the death. They tired and sweaty up in there. Then he realized, I can't smell like baking bread and molded cheese forever. Oh, Candace, you can kiss my ass, girl. So he got sick of trying to fight with her. He was like, nope, I'm gone. I'm done. I will never date you. Chabu, y'all got to imagine all them plane rides together. That had to be torture. How many 19 months? She worked with TPUSA for 19 months and comes off like she one of the founding fathers. And then all these hotel stays and flights and car rides and stuff. Y'all know at some point, Charlie Kirk was like, I just want to smell perfume for once. I just can't do this. It's the burnt cabbage for me, Candace. I can't do it. Yeah, she was spoiled like hell, y'all. How you gonna go over here to my this is her, this is what she requested, so we made it for her. I would have look, girl, we having chicken salad sandwiches with chips. Go get you a bag of Doritos and some purple Kool-Aid at that refrigerator, girl. We ain't doing all that. You want to come here and eat? This is food. Girl, bye, Felicia. You want chicken parm? Go take your behind out to eat. You can't know. So here's a video. Y'all, this is something else. We got to play this video. This is, I think this is the one where Charlie Kirk was talking about how you shouldn't be obsessed with Jewish people and stuff. I want to say this is it. But let's get to this, y'all. Let's play this video right quick.
It is very tempting to engage in, let's just say, deep internet theories that quite honestly are rooted in lunacy.
Sigmund Freud was a Kabbalist. They are trying to use psychology to make their religion the religion of the world.
And we see this with the Jew hatred, where people think that they're onto something, but in reality, they're not.
The nation of Israel may have been established by some Frankists.
This particular affliction blames the Jews for everything.
Drugs, prostitution, sex pornography. We Jews love pornography.
You're going out of your way to try to create this big web of connections. It's the Jews, and it's the Jews, and it's the Jews.
Who is in control of the White House? And Nick Fuentes wrote a one-word response. Jews.
You want to talk about low IQ, blaming an entire group for all of your problems.
These 6 individuals that I am showing you were the most murderous of those individuals. The majority of them were Jews.
anyone with a decent moral compass should reject the scapegoating of Jews.
Jewish people were the ones that were trading us. Jewish people were.
Candace, this had to be the most disgusting and vile thing you've ever said, girl. With no, like, what historical proof or evidence is there that Jewish people are the ones that had black people enslaved in the United States of America? And I say U.S. because that's where I'm from. Like, girl, it's so ridiculous.
In control of the slave trade.
Your obsession with
Can't
this
make
group
this
of
up.
people is so unhealthy.
Where did the idea of a concentration camp come from? Who created those gulag systems? The majority of them were Jewish men.
You
The
think
synagogue
Israel
of
is
Satan.
the synagogue
The
of
synagogue of Satan.
This is a synagogue of Satan, powerful group of elites.
The Israeli government does not do everything right, but they're not to blame for all of the world's ills either.
It was just convenient for Israel that JFK got shot. It was convenient for Israel, by the way, when the towers went down.
Israel
That's fair.
did
I'm sorry.
9/11
Can't make
is a
this
rather
up.
anti-Semitic thing to say.
The Israelis that were working at the World Trade Center who were forewarned of the attack.
Anti-Semitism is literally a brain rot that stops your ability to think independently.
Jewish people. Jewish men, they are Jewish. Jews. Jews.
And instead of pointing at a small group of people and engaging in this brain rot, become a better person. You'll be a happier and healthier, more joyful and productive person, but because of it.
So good. Listen, you can't blame one group of people for everything. Candace, we are going to blame you for this alien invasion that's going on and this dumb cult that you helped create. You can't make this stuff up. It's like the way this video was done. Very well done, by the way. Good job. Insurrection Barbie. Shout out to you. It's like he's debating Candace. It's like all of his responses are geared towards her and the things she's been saying. This is once again more proof that this conversation, he probably should have said this to her a long time ago. Because he saw the direction she was going. When she got fired from the Daily Wire, he knew then. Just like, he knew that she was going to be scorned. And he was trying to get revenge on him for all these years. Candace, get the hell over it. He did not pick you. He don't want you. You're going to have to learn how to be okay with that. Every man ain't going to want to be with you, girl. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Yeah, you can't make this up. Shout out to Dave Rubin. I'm so glad he did that. Man, look at him. He said, as long as we're doing this, let me show you how this right quick. As long as we are doing this, here we are at Peter Thiel's house in LA. Strangely, she never mentioned to me he was a human cyborg. Because she thinks everything is a show. Candace don't care. Look at this. It's all our entertainment for her. She's so bored. She's like, oh God, I can't wait this episode over with. Fuck. She's doing this. It's just like a silent chuckle. She's been smiling and laughing at the idea of Charlie. Like, who obsesses over watching Charlie Kirk get shot 4 or 5 different times? Who does it? Of course. It's like, to her, it's a game. She doesn't care if she hates his guts. And she's a scorned woman. And he rejected her. Of course, this is going to be her sentiment. Of course, this ain't the first time she done smirked and smile. I call it out every time I see it. This is how she is right here. This is Tim Dillon was talking about Charlie getting shot. And what did Candace do? Smiling and smirking like a clown.
I got shot 3 months ago. I'm saying the
Like, she thinks
guy
this is
got
funny.
shot 3 months ago. Got shot 3 months ago. And she
It's like she knows who did it and she just don't want to tell anybody and she's just torturing the rest of humanity with it. Candace, where the hell were you at on September 10th? What was Boys Club? What was George Farmer? The cyborg you married. Where the hell was he at? If he was hanging out with the Bullingdon Club, they're infamous for taking a life from reckless driving. Do you think I would put it past them to actually know how to use a weapon? They shoot birds and rats for fun. And then take photos with it on the beach. The Bullingdon Club. take photos on the beach in tuxedos of dead animals they've shot. That's their fun time for them. That's the boys hanging out, not going shooting a game of pool or bowling or something like that, watching football or anything. No, shooting animals and laying it out on the beach. And then they're taking a photo op while wearing tuxedos and dress shoes. That's how they hang out. You can't make this up. So if they're capable of taking somebody's life from reckless driving, yeah, the Bowling Down Club can definitely get somebody to use a weapon and take somebody out. All because Candace's feelings are hurt. Candace, I'm going all the way there, you clown. Can't make this up. Oh, man. Yeah, Candace got a cease and desist. Yep, she absolutely did. They just need to go ahead and sue her because I'm sure that letter was long as hell. So I expect her to be smiling in this.
A pyrotechnic display.
Can't make this up.
And then she goes, "We're going to elect JD Vance." It's
See how she
weird.
looks every time she see Erica Kirk's face. She just stands still and just sees and broods. She's brooding. It's like the bread is baking in the oven. Candace, you have yeast infections for fun. What the hell made you think Charlie Kirk would pick you? You can't make this stuff up. Get on.
That's where
Yeah, she
her
brews
head
over
is.
that. She just brews over. She can't stand that girl. It's sad because Erica Kirk could care less whether or not Candace walks into oblivion or not. I don't think it will bother Erica Kirk one bit. Jabbo. So y'all, let's get back to this here. I wanted to play this video right quick and then we'll get into the show for Monday. And if she goes live, then we'll check that out, I guess. It just depends. Yeah, listen. Candace, you're giving us all a headache. Can't make this up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come in and feel free to comment. Keep it respectful. My mom's only going to say it once. Thank you all so much. Let's get to this.
Remember how I told you that Turning Point USA was going to start going after content creators? Remember how I've been warning that? And remember how I told you that the message to Charlie Kirk was to shut up? And then the message for the rest of us is to shut up? Well, listen to what Zach from Worlds of Finance has to say.
Who is this?
And don't shut up. Get louder. Support his channel. And
no, I'm not going to support him, but what I will say is, we're not going to shut up. Candace Owens is a clown and a White Walker alien from outer space. And Wolves of Finance got it coming. Y'all played that video just to do that. Let's get into her episode from Monday.
All right, you guys.
Candace, I heard you went stupid. I wanted to play that a little bit. I don't know who that content creator is. I was like, what is this lady walking on the treadmill talking about go support Wolves of Finance? Hell no. You can give him your money to help his attorney's fees, though. I won't. And I will not ever encourage the Luxers here to do that. I can't control what y'all do with y'all money. But I'm just saying. The fact that he kept making false statements and didn't care about defamation, neither will the judge and the jury. He gets sued. He's just been sued today. Y'all, shout out to you all. Let's get some comments in right quick. Do you have links to Candace's past lawsuits? Hey, Heather. I will just read your email. Y'all, shout out to Heather Rose. Thank you for the email, honey. I appreciate that. Let's see. Do I have a link to Candace's past lawsuits? I have, because I've covered them in videos. I will have to go back and get the links for them. But if any of you guys in the chat come across any other the previous lawsuit she did against USA Today, the lawsuit against the apartment complex, the Kimberly Klasick lawsuit. Let's see, we went over the appeal that she did from the Court of Australia because Australia said we don't have time for that. They banned her visa. I think every other country needs to follow suit. And let's see what else. Was there any other lawsuit? Because I covered all the ones that I came across. You said Jay Wood has all of them. Do you have a link? Y'all let me know. Hey, get a clue. How you doing? Hey, Melinda, Bean. I see you all up in here. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Savs, you late, honey? We haven't been that long yet. Jay Witt goes live in 90 minutes. Does he? Well, shout out to Jay Witt. He's my brother, y'all, but we're gonna keep this going and flowing. Just a minute. So if any of you all have the links, feel free to drop them in the chat or email it to me and I'll drop it in the chat. If you can't, just let me know. But I know there's at least 4 of them, like court docs and stuff that I went over where she was named as a plaintiff or co-defendant. Oh, and the federal lawsuit with the meme coin. Don't forget about that one, you all. Plus, of course, the lawsuit with the Macrons. But the federal lawsuit with that meme coin, where she was named as a co-defendant, is in the state of Florida. So that's still ongoing. Last time I checked, she has not been, removed from that case or anything. So she's still a co-defendant in that one. Like Candace is paying attorney's fees left and right. So that lawsuit is still ongoing. Yeah. Candace she was named as a co-defendant in a federal lawsuit regarding a papa dump scheme with a meme coin called Let's Go Brandon, something like that. Yeah, it's a long case too, and she was named as a co-defendant in that. I'm gonna try to pull it up because I had we went over the like a summary. I didn't go over the full case, but I did have the full case, and I went over the summary, pulled up, and I'll just drop this class action website because it's a class action lawsuit. So there's a website here I can drop in the chat so you guys can go check that out. So when Candace is sitting here acting like, she doesn't understand how courts work. No, she gets it. She just doesn't like going to court. No one cares, Candace. So let's get to Monday's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hit that like button. Put a 1 in the chat where you can see and hear. Let's go.
All right, you guys, it is MLK Day, which means that no one, absolutely no one, can tell me that I cannot talk about my dreams today. Today might actually just be one long I had a dream speech. Well, guess what? We found out something stunning about Dan Flood that apparently everybody missed. And this is actually potentially a game changer, or rather, it might reveal how the entire game works. It makes perfect sense now to me that the feds are doing nothing to investigate Charlie Kirk's assassination. Speaking of which, Turning Point USA has done a thing. They've done a thing. They sent a cease and desist letter to a relatively small YouTuber, Wolves.
Y'all see how she still repeats the same old nonsense as if she knows nothing else. It's the stupidity of it all, Candace. The feds are not spearheading the criminal investigation in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. It's the state of Utah. So no, the feds have nothing to say because they're not spearheading that investigation. She said this as well after Erica Kirk flew out to Tennessee and had that meeting with her that lasted 4.5 hours. Once she thought she survived. Somehow she thinks people are just trying to come after her. She keeps saying that crap, and it's so ridiculous. It's like, you've already admitted that they're not spearheading this, that is the state of Utah. You've already admitted that. Why go back and say dumb stuff like this? Why even do that? It's so dumb.
USA has done a thing. They've done a thing. They sent a cease and desist letter to a relatively small YouTuber, Wolves in Finance. We've shown a clip of Wolves in Finance on the show once. I assume that this means that Andrew Colvett is still heading up the PR department because it's a disaster. Welcome back to Candace.
Still right. Can't make this up. Yeah, boom. Yeah, they're only helping.
Okay, before we get started, a quick thank you to Nimi Skincare for supporting the show. Nimi Skincare. And there was this one guy who was... crazy what I'm about to tell you. And how I discovered it is actually even crazier. So you might imagine that I get a lot of emails, some of which are a little less than sane. I will say that. That's putting it mildly. And there was this one guy who was emailing me consistently saying that, first and foremost, he knew
keep trolling Candace in her emails because she doesn't vet her tip line at all.
that Charlie was going to be assassinated, all sorts of things that immediately made my eyebrow raise, obviously. For example, he said that he knew who killed JFK. A group of people, he said, killed JFK. All right, buddy. That's what I was thinking, I'm sure. He said that the families of those who had orchestrated the murder of JFK, corrupt cops, mafia members, I believe, obviously, that, they were a part of the ensemble. But he said that those same families were also involved in the assassination of Charlie Kirk, a group of Texas boys. I'm like, right, sure, got it, not answering this. He even said that Golda Meir, the one-time prime minister of Israel, well, her and Lyndon Baines, he said, are brother and sister, and he knows this for a fact. Now, I'd say that's the most convincing thing he said.
Shout out to Laura. Shout out to Baba. Shout out to all of you all tuning in. How y'all doing? Y'all hit that like button as you come in. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Let me check. Y'all let me know if she's going live or not. She's doing an interview. I don't care. But if she goes live, we'll do that after this one. Or, we have time. All right.
Because they are absolute twins. But anyway, obviously, I was not biting on any of this because even if it were true, what am I going to do with all this information? Like, I can't get into a time machine and call for new elections in 1963. I already hate Lyndon Baines Johnson for free. I already think he's involved in JFK's assassination. And Golda Meir, look, I'm not exactly known as the voice of the Israeli people.
Candace.
So then he starts emailing me in another inbox and he says something to the effect of, I see that you have tunnel vision and all you care about is Charlie Kirk's assassination. So why don't I tell you about how that worked so that maybe you will begin to see the bigger picture here? He says, and I'm going to put in a very strong allegedly here because I don't have any proof of this, but it's relevant that I tell you this to get to the part where I do have proof of.
Well, keep in mind, we don't know who this person is, and she never names them. So it could just be her alter ego or another personality in her head. Who knows? It might be Cookie Monster and Big Bird. They just tag teaming.
What he's saying. He says that allegedly all of the bought and paid for cops throughout America are a part of what's known as the Cattleman's Ball, colloquially, the Cattle Baron Ball. Which he claims is just one big, massive money laundering operation from Israel to buy off cops here in America. He claims that he was a part of it, by the way. So basically, this guy's implicating himself in a crime. Now, in case you're wondering off the bat, did I report this crime?
What's the crime? What would be the crime, you imbecile? Name the crime. You're like, give us the penal code on this crime. Hey, are you talking about bribery? You know what you got to do to prove that. Yeah, blackmail. What are we talking about here? Pick the crime, Candace, and then you go and explain that. She won't read to save her life.
I obviously have not even heard back from the feds regarding my initial report into what happened to Charlie Kirk. So why would I waste my time building upon the report when I haven't heard from them? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Not really. They're not really investigating things. I think we all accept that at this point. Anyway, for a little bit of background here, in case you're not familiar with sometimes known as the Cattleman's Ball, but more correctly should be known as the Cattle's Baron Ball down in Dallas, Texas. It's a single night fundraiser for the American Cancer Society. And it's massive. To be clear, it's the world's largest single night fundraiser. It was founded 50 years ago in Dallas, Texas, and now it's basically spread its tentacles into other states, presumably, again, fighting cancer. And we can pull up the website here so you can see multiple states that they're in. Majority Texas, obviously, but you can also see they got Kansas, Oregon.
Is this supposed to be like a joke about the Hidden Valley Ranch? Because Candace, when I talk about that, I'm talking about the Hidden Valley Ranch. Tentacles referring to you and your yeast infections, you being an alien, all like you can't make this up. Cattle Baron's Ball, Cattle Baron,
and some other states, Florida, Orlando, Florida's up there.
All of this could be fake.
Nebraska also once hosted its own Cattle Baron's Ball that might be relevant. Yeah. They eventually, from the Cattle Baron's Ball, minted their own separate 501c3 referred to as Cattleman's Ball. which is the same exact idea, but it benefits a different cancer center, the Fred and Pamela Buffett Cancer Center. Same idea, different beneficiary. Now, again, I want to assert that I cannot confirm those claims, that that's how cops are being paid off. I'm telling you that because the next piece he gave me, I was able to research.
Exactly, Sales.
Again, paraphrasing, but he kept going on with, you're obsessed with Fort Huachuca. You think Charlie has been tracked for a while, right? Well, you haven't even figured out who Dan Flood is. Dan Flood is connected to both. You think it was an inside job from the feds, and none of you guys have even worked out who Dan Flood's father is. I said,
don't care. We don't care.
Now you've got my attention, and you guys. She
loves doxing people. Yeah, this is a show for her. She's like, I don't care. This is good. Whatever. People are watching it. That's it. This is a show for her. This is all a PR stunt. That's why she doesn't talk about the seriousness of a cease and desist letter. And y'all see how quickly she brazed over wolves in finance. Didn't I tell you all? And she just kind of brazed over. You know, we showed her a clip of his video one time here on the show. Blah, blah, blah. Like, she just kind of brazed over it in the intro. You can't make this up.
I don't know how I missed it.
Care.
Let me just say, LOL to the idea that the feds are going to do anything to look into what happened on September 10th.
Raspberry water.
Because let me introduce to you guys Dan Flood's daddy, Mr. Robert Eugene Flood. Okay. Now you're seeing this picture up here. Yep. 33. Always got to see it. 33 years with the Texas A&M University Police Department Chief Deputy Robert Flood. It tells us the 232nd session, retired after 35 years of law enforcement in
Candace, unless he pulled the trigger on the gun, we don't care. We don't care about who this man's father is. It's irrelevant. Where were you at on September 10th? What was George Farmer? We want his metadata. We want to know where the hell he was.
Illinois and Texas. I want you to remember that. Illinois and Texas. His last assignment was with the Bosque County, Texas Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, come on, get done with this.
Now we're going to pull up his LinkedIn because it's a bit of a journey. It's a journey, okay? It tells us that he, and honestly, I don't know if you can scroll to the bottom here so we can go bottom up and kind of get into, first and foremost, yes, FBI, graduated from the FBI National Academy. It tells us that state of Texas master peace officer. But if you can go to scroll up a bit. And we're going to just go to, show all 10 experiences and scroll from the bottom.
So the laptop is just a prop. Candace, what do you got that laptop in front of you for if we can't see your screen? What the hell what's she looking at on her laptop? It's like a prop. It's just there to show her photo, because she's a narcissist, but she won't post up a degree on the wall. Candace, you ever going to show proof that you have a degree in journalism and in English? Because we're still waiting from URI, University of Rhode Island. When are you going to show those degrees? It would be different if she had a photo of the actual real degree on the back of this laptop here. Why do you have this laptop if you're asking them to scroll through a LinkedIn profile? Why aren't you doing that? Y'all, if I pull up something on my laptop while I'm doing a live stream, I don't have anybody else maneuvering behind the scenes. I'm actually showing you all information on the internet on my device myself that I'm streaming from my laptop. She has a laptop. Even if she has George behind the camera, he sucks. Because why can't he just synchronize her laptop to her live stream and then she can just scroll and pull up the stuff herself? If she's supposed to be fact checking in real time here, why isn't she doing this from her laptop here? So this is just a prop and it does nothing. That's all I'm going to get out of this, Candace. That's what the heck I'm assuming. I'm going to assume this laptop is a prop and you're not reading anything when you're looking at it. You're probably just looking at photos of you and Charlie Kirk.
Bottom.
Make this up.
You can look at this live. Okay, so we know he's a Marine. We learned that he was a staff sergeant for the Marines, and he was particularly in charge of surveillance and target acquisition, small arms and weapons, tactical radio communications, aviation, ordnance, and weapons systems. You scroll up, and it tells us that he was working in Franklin Park, Illinois for over a decade. That's right.
So her laptop does nothing.
On the basically a couple of streets over from where Charlie Kirk was raised. And I was going, okay, that's really interesting. I then tried.
Why is that interesting? Because he had neighbors. Charlie Kirk grew up around other human beings. That's so interesting for this alien to understand, because she doesn't know how human interactions and relationships work. She thinks it comes by force, I guess. Let me keep my yeast infection juice on you.
To find a single trace of his name mentioned in the news in Illinois. You would think if you were as it states here, crime scene technician, SWAT team leader, patrol division supervisor, criminal investigator, there would be tons of articles about. I couldn't find anything. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means that I could not find anything at first, second, and third glance. Okay, then this random Electro Rent Corporation,
nothing to do with Charlie Kirk's assassination, Candace,
runs from Tokyo, Japan to Chicago. Let me know if you guys know what that is. Then we learned he became a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserve. Okay, we can
be honest. I'm just gonna fast forward to
association, which is another charity founded in 1981. I can't believe this is legal, but I guess if you're the feds, it's all legal. Founded in 1981, where former and current feds come together to, and this is directly from their website, help FBI special agents join together to protect and advance the interests of their profession. Okay, what does that mean? Bunch of agents are coming together. That's according to their website. It says that their force, this FBIAA, consists of 14,000 former and current feds. Now, again, this is a charity. So if I'm a billionaire, I could just cut a check and buy me some federal officer.
That's what she wants. She wants someone to just cut her a check because she's got these lawsuits coming in. Because Candace, we can do the same thing, girl. We'll be at this all day. What the hell is your point?
Again, I'm asking questions. That's how it works in charity world. We're learning how to turn TPUSA.
It has nothing to do with anything.
The bigger the check you cut, the more influence you have on their operations. You get to tell them what they think about, what they talk about. So if I write
a $10
million check to the FBIAA, do I have federal officers in every state?
Exactly.
Anyway, yes, Stan Flood's family, as you can see.
Terry got it. It sounds like a union. It helps to preserve and advance their professions and all of that. It sounds like a union. You can't make this stuff up. Why is she having a problem with that?
Both his mother and his father, by the way, are from Illinois, just where Charlie, in the same area that Charlie came up in. And though I cannot assert this, I can't say this with certainty, I would be willing to bet that Mr. Flood, Dan's father, Robert Eugene Flood, probably knew Bill Montgomery, the guy who convinced Charlie to start Turning Point USA in Illinois, in the same neighborhood. Don't forget, Bill Montgomery was also military as well. He was Air Force. And now to clarify, because I got a lot of emails about this, the X-Men school, I could be referring to as the X-Men school that Charlie went to after they wanted to drug him for being brilliant. And his mother said no. That school is
Candace, when I'm clowning your ass out, she really did went to X-Men school. Who else talked about X-Men and mutations? Candace, I see you want to repeat everything I said. Y'all, who else talked about mutants and X-Men? Who else talked about mutants and X-Men? Candace getting her ideas from me for real. You can't make this up. Candace, I'm clowning you. As long as when I hear her say Bonquisha and Bafelicia and Red Kool-Aid, that's it. I don't know what more people need to see that she watches my show. You can't make this up. Yeah, she's actually repeating the quip about X-Men and mutants. This is ridiculous.
Academy in Palatine, Illinois. It was formerly named the Children's Creative Academy. I maintain my belief that Charlie was being monitored by the government since he was young. And it was built.
Candace, you get on my nerve. I don't even know what this is talking about. Y'all, she's live. We'll go back to her old show. We watch the new one. Who child? I would look at her live chat, but I just can't. Was it in my lawsuit era? Our first cease and desist of 2026. Oh yeah, we watching this, y'all. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Candace, you talking about mutants and X-Men? Because you don't understand how jokes work either. Yeah, she's just a clown.
All right, you guys, happy Wednesday and congratulations to me. Congratulations are in order to me. I received my first legal letter of 2026. I would say that it took longer than expected.
Stop playing with us, you
are 20. It was 20 days into January yesterday, at least when I received it. I think that's a record. I'm proud of myself. And it's going to be a legal hump day in general because we need to discuss how I was right about Taylor Swift. I respect her. I think she's a savage. Taylor Swift is a first-class passenger. If the ship is going down, she's going to make it off. She's going to be in that first lifeboat. So poor Justin Baldoni.
You suck,
and
Candace.
lastly, let's stick with pop culture today and discuss Brooklyn Beckham, whose parents are dead to him now over a wedding dance that happened 4 years ago.
I'm so
because
happy.
I love rich people. I love rich people problems. And today there are apparently a lot of them. So welcome back to Candace.
She like, I love rich people problems because she's worth $244 million, George Farmer. Is there anything you want to tell us, Boys Club? You must be broke as hell, bro. She get ready to leave him? Is this what's happening here? She only gonna be with you if you got money.
I feel like I should receive an honorary law degree. I feel like I'm an expert now on legal matters. I've learned a lot about legal letters just over the last couple of years, last 3 years maybe. I've definitely learned that there is nothing quite like your first high, right? That first legal letter that you get. I mean, for me, after being sued by a sitting president of a foreign country whose husband would like to strangle me with his large bare hands,
they're gonna
any
mollywop you in court.
Letter thereafter, it just doesn't do it. It's just not the same.
Don't make me go to Jermaine Stewart.
I'm not excited anymore when Noah calls. I'm sorry, Noah. If you're watching this, I'm very sorry. It's less exciting for me this year. In order to feel what I felt when Trump called me over a first man pretending to be a lady.
Trump
regarding that lady's penis. It's going to take a lot more, to get me hyped, to get me amped. I would basically have to be sued now by like Vladimir Putin over the Great Schism, seeking literal reparations. We'd have to repair it. Me and Mr. Putin would sit down, hash out the deals with the term Pope, patriarchs.
Hold on, she's saying being a patriot with Russia? Candace, you want to sit here and talk about somebody being a man in a wig and all this other stuff? Girl. Yeah, we got something for her. Listen, I want y'all to say hello to Candace real quick. Say hello to Candace. She just wanted to stop by, okay? Boy. I told you every time you do that BS, I'm going to pull this up, boy. Stop pretending as if you're not a psyop and the reincarnated version of Jermaine Stewart. Just stop it. Except Candace can't sing at all. I told you, Heffa, I was going to do this every single time. You cannot make this up. Y'all tell Candace what's up. Y'all say, congratulations, Candace, on that lawsuit. You're going to lose. TPUSA is throwing the crap out of you, girl. And you had this coming, you clown. Y'all, let's get back to it. I just had to do it, Candace. You had this coming, you Heffa.
Over a millennium-old debate, that would make me get out of bed. But this Turning Point USA, a cease and desist. Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Is this the chapter that we are on? Returning the chapter
same
here
book, same chapter
to lawfare.
Same page. Yep.
This is what's left. You want us to believe this is Charlie's legacy? In the future, Turning Point USA is going to be thought of as the girl that peaked in high school.
Yo, did y'all hear this? How she just smirked at Charlie's legacy because she hates him.
As the girl that peaked in high school.
Hold on, let me go back.
He's sued now by like Vladimir Putin over the Great Schism, seeking literal reparations. We'd have to repair it. Me and Mr. Putin would sit down, hash out the deals with the term Pope, patriarchs,
everything.
over a millennium-old debate. That would make me get out of bed. But this This Turning Point USA, a cease and desist. Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Is this the chapter that we are on? We're turning the chapter here to lawfare. This is what's left. You want us to believe this is Charlie's legacy?
Look how she sneers
In
at
the
it.
future, Turning Point USA is going to be thought of as the girl that peaked in high school.
Wow.
Free market capitalism.
In the future, Candace will be known as the alien that overfloweth with yeast infection juice. You know, millions got sick off that molded bread. Candace, you're making our stomach hurt. There's some medication for this, but you refuse to take it. You just choose to walk around like this. Just like you chose to live in an apartment with black mold for 7 months, because only an alien would do that dumb crap as well. Yeah, we can all clap back. The Daily Wire.
Some open debate. Prove me wrong. Now it's suddenly
Why
shut
is she
up
mocking it?
and serve the new queen. That's what they want, right? So just to recap,
Wow.
our cultural cardinal rule number 1
Wow.
is that it's gay to send a legal letter. It's very gay. You shouldn't do it, especially if you can just pick up the phone and call someone. People are open
They're
to
not
changing
calling
their
you.
mind, open to being wrong. You just have to call someone. The
No, you don't. They flew to Tennessee. Erica Kirk flew out to Tennessee. You can't make this up.
vibe that sending out legal letter gives the internet in this
Oh,
day and
my
age, it's
God.
changed. The vibes are changing. Is my daddy is so rich, he can buy the world. I'm so rich. We are so rich. We can buy whatever we want. And so now we're just going to buy you and we're going to make people like us because we can afford it.
Yo.
We can buy social standing.
Candace, you acting like a brat.
Erica, chairman, CEO, Erica, my girl. Heavy is the head that wears the crown after its rightful owner was deposed. Am I right?
No, you're not right.
Now,
You're
in
an
terms of
idiot.
the legal letters content, in case you are wondering, and maybe you are assuming that their main point of contention is going to be other things that I've said. Well, let me actually cut here to Tim Dillon, because Tim Dillon made a joke. Maybe it wasn't really a joke after AmFest, and he insinuated that all they really care about is money. Remember this, what Tim Dillon said?
You feel it. It seems off. You feel like this is a
He can catch a letter too.
coordinated
I like Nick Hill.
and choreographed spectacle so that you are played. They
You
want your money.
are insane, Candace.
That's what they got mad at Candace.
Yeah, no, keep playing that. Keep playing that out.
Why?
I mean, it
has nothing to do
you
with
can
anything.
keep playing that if you have it, but yeah,
They got
yeah.
mad at Candace about. They're like, why are you telling people not to give us money? She's also saying you killed the guy. Why are you mad about the money?
She's still laughing
They're
at that
just
part.
mad that they're not getting money. They want your money. And they want to be celebrities.
Yeah, that you feel it. To build off of that, you feel it. The money thing matters to them.
Candace, you're an idiot.
And I think that after we go through this legal letter,
Yeah, you telling people to get refunds and to stop donating to them without any reason for any legal justifiable reason at all. It's insane. It's how they function as an organization. And you're literally trying to cut off their financial flow, their revenue. You know, because see, when did they ever come out and say, y'all stop buying Candace Owens' dumb books? Stop buying her merchandise, even though she's breaking federal laws using the CIA logo and the likeness and image of it without consent from the CIA. Did they ever come out and say to people to stop buying her crap that she's selling online? That cheap t-shirt, them cheap ass cups. Did they ever say that? Not one time did they come out and say, y'all stop watching Candace Owens. Stop giving her supers. Stop giving her cash apps and Zelle. Stop giving her money. Stop financially supporting her. Did any person from TPUSA ever come out and say that? No, they didn't. You can't make this up. And she's sitting here cutting off their financial flow and expects them to be okay with it. Yeah, y'all should stop financially supporting TPUSA because this guy over here named Wolves in Finance said something about fraud and a Doge audit and a blah, blah, blah. Things that he didn't even define to look up, but whatever. You can't make this up. This has to be, this is so vile. Candace, that's why they suing the crap out of you. It's going to be a good day. An alien goes to court and then still loses again after being mollywopped by the French president and his wife. Because she's a woman and you have no scientific evidence to prove otherwise. You can't make this up. Shout out to my brother Jay Witt. Y'all, here is the link to all of the court documents. I had to make sure it was okay to share with you all. But this is the link to all of the court documents involving Candace. So make sure you guys grab that link and save it. Put it up. All the court documents are on this link. It's a Google Drive. So if you don't have Google Drive, you might have to get it. Otherwise, I have no other way to get you this stuff. He just sent it over to me, and I made sure it was okay for him, for me to share with you all. So he said he shares this all the time. Shout out to him. Shout out to you, Jay Witt. I love you, brother. Thank you, Deacon. So you guys make sure you check out that link and get all the goodies and stuff from there. This is going to be another lawsuit added to the bunch. Candace. Oh, Lord. All we're doing is just, watching these lawsuits stacks on stacks on stacks, racks on racks on racks up against you. I mean, because you're going to lose. You're going to keep losing. And these lawsuits are going to start citing other lawsuits where you've lost. So it's going to be a pattern of just loser behavior. You'll be known as the alien that peaked and lived with black mold for 7 months, didn't pay rent, and caught recurring yeast infections. That's what you'll be known as. And nothing more. They will just play that video of you being in that rapper's video. A failed actress who tried to read. That's what we'll name it. You clown.
You're going to recognize that indeed it does seem to be the thing that they are number one most concerned about, is writing the allegation that there may be some quote unquote financial impropriety, and they're quoting me, at Turning Point USA. So we obviously broke the story about Charlie establishing a Doge 7 days before he died.
Anything.
And it led a lot of the public to speculate. I would say this was common sense speculation, by the way, that there could have been something that made Charlie do that pertaining to the finances, because Elon Musk did a thing, right? We can go back and remember Elon Musk and Vivek saying they had to get into the government when Trump was elected. We're going to establish this thing. We're going to look where all this fat is. And this is financial impropriety. Federal government, right? The federal government has not been handling your tax dollars properly. So along comes Charlie. He decides to establish a Doge. And I guess we're supposed to believe that Doge is really about people going in there and going, no, it's so proper. It's so proper, actually, that we want to establish a Doge so we can just audit and see how.
Candace, I want to audit Candace Owens LLC. Send me all your tax filings. You clown.
How amazing we are. Charlie wanted to get in there and look through everything because it was everything was just clean as a whistle. And he wanted to maybe then give that audit report to other organizations that they could learn how amazing and proper and above board everything was at Turning Point USA. Anyway, let's read the letter. And to give you some needed context before we jump in here, because you're going to go, what are they talking about with payments? Turning Point and I obviously had a long speaking arrangement, a speaking contract, which was still in effect when Charlie was assassinated. We've had a contract to speak going back to 2019, 2020. So obviously, given Charlie's assassination and the direction that my investigation took into what happened on that day, we moved to terminate that agreement, which was supposed to go on for another couple of years. So naturally, to give them credit, because this is a bit different from Wolves in Finance, them going after a YouTuber who has no relationship with them. Naturally, in any contract relation, there is standard NDA agreement that you come to. It's just kind of written in there. You're not going to disparage me. You're not going to defame me. And so they are, broadly speaking, making the allegation here that my investigation into who killed Charlie Kirk is naturally disparaging. And hey, you accepted our money. You took our money for years while Charlie Kirk was alive. So we're executing on this. You're not allowed to disparage us for another 12 months since we canceled that agreement. So the letter reads, and I'm Xing out the beginning parts that just says LLC names and stuff. And I'm also not going to reveal their lawyers' names. I don't think it's necessary. On video calls on December 4th, 2025, this was obviously pertaining to us ending our contract, our termination. We terminated our contract. And December 15th, I requested a retraction of Ms. Owens Farmer's disparaging statements and again provided notice that the injuries caused by her statements are substantial and continuing to accrue. Ms. Owens Farmer has declined to issue a retraction. To the contrary, she has stated that she, quote, doesn't feel any differently about people that she mentioned on the show, and she thinks that there are shady people at Turning Point USA. Yeah, so I guess I didn't know this, but I was supposed to, according to them, when we had that meaningful discussion, which I was appreciative that we had this open book discussion. I sat down with Erica and Justin Strife, but that I was supposed to come out and say they're amazing and nobody and everybody didn't do nothing. Like, that's it. Like,
well, yeah, because you have no evidence to prove that they did something. Meanwhile, where the hell was George Farmer at when Charlie Kirk was assassinated? You know, because his little slimy, wormly ass looks like he could throw on a maroon shirt and a blue ball cap and some jeans and go and pull a trigger on a gun, since he knows how to use a gun. You know, that Bullingdon Club is something else. We're all waiting for you to give us that metadata, Heffa. Because why not? I mean, this is how she does. Let me just pick a topic and pick a person, put it on my show, and make something of it. We can do the same thing, Candace. You dumb alien. A White Walker's trying to tell us how to be humans. That is laughable.
They're wonderful people. Like, why would I change my mind because we had a discussion? I came out and I told the truth and things that were answered. And actually what ended up happening was you conceded points to me.
This is why you don't give her anything, because she doesn't believe it either way. You can't give Candace or the candy ass cult members a damn thing, because it doesn't matter. In her world, this is a PR stunt. The world's a show. For some reason, she wants to be on their payroll. Remember that? To the candy asses. She wanted to be on their payroll. You all didn't get in her behind about that. Now, none of the cult members said anything to her about her wanting to be on TPUSA's payroll, because she sees all that money flowing in, and she was like, why them and not me? You know, I'll never see this money, because she's a scorned woman. So her best way of really trying to get revenge on Charlie Kirk is to attack his entire legacy, his company, his wife, his children, his family, all his friends, his co-workers, his business partners, his sponsors and donors, everything. She wants it all to burn. And as well, be on their payroll while she does it. She wants to be on their payroll while she burns down TPUSA, you know, from the inside out. Make that make sense. Candace, they're not stun you, but they are going to sue you. We're here for it.
Anyways, it goes on. As a consequence, her statements are continuing to cause harm to Turning Point USA. We are currently working to calculate the full extent to date of the still accruing damages. Okay, so someone's with a calculator and they're calculating. I'm wondering if there's a spreadsheet running of the damage that's being done by Turning Point USA themselves. Like Andrew Colvett, if we're going to sue anybody for accruing damages, like if I'm running the company, I'd go with Andrew Colvett first. Brian Harpole, that's a lot happened there with that car crash interview. Am I being punished because you lied? And I realized it or something, and somehow we have this contract that we've had for years, and now it's like, well, you're not allowed to see us do anything bad because remember, we paid you. Goes on, in my December 2nd letter, I highlighted Ms. Owens' Farmer's ongoing contractual obligation not to make any disparaging, false, misleading, or otherwise defamatory comments about Turning Point USA and or its employees, agents, directors, officers, affiliate programs, or services. See speaking agreement, blah, blah. Owens Farmer freely undertook this obligation in exchange for payment by support from and access to Turning Point USA. Her obligation remains in effect for 12 months following the term of her agreements, which were terminated on December 2nd, 2025. Since that letter, Turning Point USA's executives have repeatedly made themselves available via phone, text, and in-person meetings to provide information and documentation. That's just not true. I mean, I'm speaking to one person at Turning Point USA, and we had that sit down to Ms. Owens Farmer in the hopes that providing her with the truth would get her to stop disparaging Turning Point USA in violation of the party's contracts. Yet, notwithstanding the reminder that my letter provided to Ms. Owens Farmer of her obligations and the good faith efforts made by Turning Point USA's leadership to answer her many questions, she has continued to make statements in violation of her contractual obligations in a manner that is reckless, knowing, and intentional. For example, she has published a list of lies that she attributes to Turning Point USA, and she has stated that there is definitely financial impropriety at the company. Which lie on our Turning Point USA list of lies did they correct? Nothing. They gave an excuse for the lies, and I told the public about the excuse. They said Andrew went
you
rogue.
can't make this up.
Andrew did this. I don't know why he said
She
that.
broke her
I
NDA.
don't know why they said that. They have conflicting answers about the drones. Brian Harpole says this. Andrew Colvett says this. Their lawyer says that. So what am I doing wrong by
A contract is a legal binding document or agreement, Candace, between at least more than one party. It's not an agreement that you have amongst yourself where you get to decide whether or not you're going to follow it. That's not how the hell that works. They finna sue the crap out of you. She violated a contract. Candace, that's what happens when you breach the contract. And then you laugh in their face about it. You know, you're trying to be smirk and smug about things. Nope, you got this coming, Heffa. Y'all, I am so happy. Well done, TPUSA. Well done. You know, maybe that trip to Tennessee wasn't a waste after all. But see, here's the thing. You got to prove malice intent. All right. I just read to you all earlier the definition of defamation per se. But even in this context, this is going to be probably flat out defamation. Maybe even tortious interference because they had a contract agreement. So defamation and tortious interference. And they're going to get punitive damages. You're going out disparaging them, accusing them of being involved in a murder, in a crime, because it's a crime to murder someone. And you have no evidence at all to prove it. They don't care about your theories. They care about the fact that you're trying to burn it down and do a bonfire dance of our forefathers around that burning. Y'all, she's like Nero watching Rome burn while playing a harp or guitar, or violin, or whatever. You can't make this out. And she wants to be on their payroll. Is that why she kept saying that? Because that was a contract. Seems like she kept saying that because there was a contract. Candace is not a superpower. There's no way she's going to be able to wage two wars on separate fronts at the same time. Y'all, George Farmer's going to leave her behind. He's going to wake up one day and be like, you know what? This alien is sucking me dry. And after 4 babies that I'm taking with me, I can't do this any longer. That $244 million, George, will cease to exist. Boys Club. If you keep messing around with this boy here. Girl, listen. You can't make this up. She breached the contract, and now they're going to sue her for that more so than anything. Then they can claim tortious interference and defamation with malice intent, because, I mean, she's doing this repeatedly. They tried to rectify this with you, Candace. They asked you to give them evidence. You gave them nothing. You couldn't even get your story straight about the damn planes from Egypt. Blue, yellow, Egypt, Italian, Israel. It's Jewish. Like, she couldn't make up her mind on that. And then get mad on the side about every little thing someone else says that's even remotely connected to TPUSA, because that's how much venom and angst and hate she has for Charlie Kirk. Anything and anyone that is remotely connected to him, she's going to attack them. It's absolutely insane. So now, her dumb behind. Yeah, I know this screenshot says it all. Shout out to you, Jeff. That screenshot says it all, y'all. Her behind is about to catch a lawsuit for breaching the contract, as well as the defamation, plus the tortious interference. You're interfering with them being able to generate revenue. You violated that contract with them. So you brought this unnecessary mess upon yourself, girl. You just won't learn. Reading is not her strong suit. Y'all didn't know that. This alien came here only to sit here and to reap the rewards of being human while not trying to be human. She doesn't feel anything about this. This is all a show for her. When it becomes real is when a judge and jury finds that she is liable for damages and she's going to have to pay all the money. I hope it's $245 million.
Tracking that isn't the issue that you lied.
Bankrupt
The
your
issue that the
ass.
public noticed. There's not a single thing that they cleared up that I then said, oh, okay, I just
Because nothing is good enough for Candace. Nothing is good enough for her. So it doesn't matter what they tell her, what they show her. It will not be good enough. I guarantee it. They could show her evidence that she's wrong. Or say, well, you're lying because you're the one bringing forth the allegation. It's your burden to prove that this is true. And because she doesn't care about that. She doesn't care to try to meet a burden here. She will not present evidence to prove her allegation to be true. So in the absence of evidence, Candace, we're going to call you a liar because you lied like hell. Because you have no evidence to back anything up. You typing up something on Microsoft Excel when it should have been in Microsoft Word does not mean that you actually understand the information, nor does it mean that it is evidence against your allegation. So if they're saying she's lying about us committing fraud, you're going to have to prove that they committed fraud in order for you to prove that you're telling the truth, Candace. So since you don't understand, I have to read numbers now because she doesn't know the difference between the letter N and the number 9. So she has to sit down and understand what 2 + 2 really is in order to prove how they committed fraud. She's not going to be able to meet her burden, and she's not going to be able to prove her case. So they could go and say she lied. There's no evidence. Her defense would be, I'm not lying. Here's the evidence. But she doesn't have that. So she's going to try to say, oh, it's my opinion. We have free speech. Defamation is not protected speech in the United States of America under the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Protected speech does not include defamation, provable false statements with the intent to defame, the intent to show malice, where you keep doing it over and over and over again. That is not protected free speech. She's about to f around and find out the hard way. We're here for it.
Completely had that wrong on our list of lies. They conceded. Erica came out and said, Charlie, I had his phone. He never said the night before that he was afraid he was going to die. She said that on Glenn Beck. They then get in front of me. They say, okay, yeah, no, he did. I didn't know because it was in a special, app. Yeah, he also messaged Dan Flood. I didn't know because we're not talking to Dan Flood. Okay. What am I missing here? This next sentence sends me. She has claimed to know that there are people at Turning Point USA who are not good people, and has suggested that Turning Point USA and TPUSA Faith have been infiltrated by military operatives. Yes, I do know there are people at Turning Point USA who are not good people. I stand by that. It's the truth.
They didn't say good people. They said infiltrated by military operatives. It's the terminology. You all see? Her reading comprehension is piss poor. Candace, you can't blame that on you growing up poor, allegedly, which I don't even think you grew up poor. No, blame that on you not having a brain. Candace cannot read or comprehend our English language because she doesn't have a brain. What do you all see? They're not good people. No, they said infiltrated by military operatives. They're very specific. Y'all, deep down, I really do believe, this is just my theory, that Erica Kirk actually recorded that conversation in Tennessee. Because if you're going to take Candace to court, you need to be specific in what she said, or else it'll be your word versus her word. Y'all see where I'm going with this? So if she went to Tennessee and that was their good faith effort to try to get whatever evidence and answer any questions that this dumb alien here had, White Walker here, had for them, they would have to show proof that they had a good faith effort. Y'all see what's happening? Didn't I tell you all that? Didn't I say that? I said the only reason why they should go out there is to try to show proof that they at least tried to tell her, cut the crap or we're suing you. They got to have at least something documented to show the court that they had a good faith effort to try to rectify this. So if she still goes out and says all this dumb crap, now they can show proof of malicious intent. And the only way to really be able to do that without it being your word versus hers is if Erica Kirk recorded it. Otherwise, she's going to say, that's not what I said. You'll be in court hearing that all day. I didn't say this. I didn't say that. If Erica Kirk recorded it, all she has to do is hit play. Candace, you should have went to Phoenix, you dumb clown.
Specifically said Tyler Boyer was a sexual deviant. I stand by that. It's the truth.
It's not the
Turning
truth.
Point
You
USA,
need evidence.
the military. I'm sorry. I looked up these
What
people. I'm
evidence?
sorry that Rob McCoy is out there defending somebody who went to prison for molesting kids.
Yes, Tennessee is a one-party consent
The
state.
issue is I noticed again. Where is the lie that I have told? Let's see if we're going to get to it. Moreover,
You know, it is your job to prove your statements to be true. You dumb alien. It's her job to prove it to be true. She can keep playing this game if she wants to. Candace, this is why you've been sued. She's involved in a federal lawsuit regarding a meme coin where she was involved in a pump and dump scheme. It is alleged that she was involved in a pump and dump scheme and she took advantage of her audience, her platform, and had them buy these coins, knowing damn well they weren't getting anything of value. And she took their money. So look at this face. I want you all to see this face. This White Walker on the screen here. This freeze frame is epic. This is someone that's capable of a pump and dump scheme, selling imaginary coins that have no value to an entire audience that supports her and listens to her podcast, that are sitting here giving money to some idiot called Mitch Snow that she's now not even talking about. This is the person that is making these allegations about someone being an S-deviant. But she married George Farmer. Candace, are you going to address those allegations of George Farmer putting his hands on another man in an attempt to essay him, allegedly? That's what he claimed. I'm more apt to believe him, and I don't even have to hear that man speak, because Candace Owens lies like hell. And George, you know you married a damn liar. And yet you stand behind that screen and let this crap happen. Hopefully they name his ass in the lawsuit too. Name George Farmer, please.
It continues. She has accused a Turning Point USA employee of being intentionally evasive in an effort to clear Erica Kirk's name, specifically as to whether Ms. Kirk was at Fort Huachuca in or around an alleged secret meeting that Ms. Owens Farmer has linked to Charlie Kirk's assassination. Now, I told the truth. I said that I requested this multiple times over weeks, and each time I was given an excuse. That's just the truth. I was told she was really busy, and then she popped up at a game, and I said, hey, can I get something? And they sent me something that wasn't what I asked for. So that's just the truth. And then said that it was on me last week because I had my son's birthday and family in town that I was going to send you a screen record.
Oh, the
what
delusion.
I actually wanted. And I said, maybe it's because there's a third party there. It's not clear.
Oh my
God. But to date, they haven't sent me what I asked for. So I told the truth.
Her lawyers, they got
in short, Ms. Owens Farmers has not put an end to what she has expressly admitted to be a flood of allegations against people at Turning Point USA, people at Turning Point Action, and people who work for the Charlie Kirk show. I'm sorry, Andrew Cole, that sucks. My December 2nd letter, it continues, emphasize that Ms. Owens Farmer must cease her disparaging comments. And this letter reiterates that obligation that includes, in part, ceasing to state or imply that Turning Point USA and or its employees, agents, directors, officers, affiliates, programs, or services played any part in Mr. Kirk's assassination. Ms. Owens Farmer must not state or imply that Turning Point USA and or its employees, agents, directors, officers, affiliates, programs, or services knew about the assassination beforehand, participated in the assassination day of, or covered up the truth about the assassination after the fact.
Pause. Well done. Well done, Erica Kirk. Well done, girl. Girl, I see you coming, girl. Erica Kirk said, I don't know who this he thought she was, but honey, I am not for play. Y'all can imagine Erica Kirk sitting there just rolling her head and her neck and her eyes at the same time. Girl, go ahead, Erica Kirk. Go ahead, girl. Oh, mama couldn't be more proud of you, girl. I couldn't be more proud right now. Listen here, Candace. Yeah, you dumb alien. We told you we are not for play here on earth. We told you to go sit your little ass down. We told you to Blexit your behind up out of here, and you didn't want to do that either. At the end of the day, it is what it is now. Y'all know Erica Kirk would have had to record that call. Tennessee is a one-party consent state. I think we looked that up. Arizona and Tennessee are both one-party consent states. I'm so excited. They said we warned you, Heffa. You didn't listen. Now here we are. They take you. They're gonna mollywop you in court, girl.
Okay. That's it. That's the guts of the letter. Now, I've been very clear that
You have not.
there's only one reason.
This is good.
Again, kill me for having common sense, that people lie. Why do people lie? Because they're covering something up. There's no other reason to lie, actually. I mean, you could be pathological, I suppose.
Candace, when you gonna send us George's metadata out of his phone? Because we want to know where the hell he was September 10th. I'm serious. I really want to know where was George Farmer on September 10th, 2025, when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Where the hell was George at? Where was he at? We want to know. He knows how to use a weapon. He could probably fit the descriptions of many other people there. I mean, I'm sure he has a maroon shirt somewhere. He looks slim and fit. Look like he's a little agile. He can run. Yeah. We want to know. We want to know where the hell he was. How about that? You can't make
Just
this
do
up.
it for funsies. But when you consistently tell lies, it's usually because you're covering up
That's on the
something.
letter.
It's a small lie. My kid tells a little fib. It's because they're covering up something that they don't want you to find out, right? So because Turning Point USA is lying, it is a totally fair and reasonable assessment that they are engaged in a cover up. Now, are they protecting one another? Their mistakes that they made? Are they trying to protect the organization because they know there are some bad eggs? Loyalty to one another because they knew each other, going back a decade? Blackmail again? Who know? I can't tell you why, but I can say that when people lie, it's because they're engaged in a cover up, and that is something I'm going to stick by. An opinion I'm going to stick by, actually. So now, regarding the broader point about financial impropriety, which being financially improper is not a crime, right? If you have a charity and actually only 1 cent out of $1 actually goes to what you say it's going to go to, it's not illegal, right? I'm not saying that's the case. Turning Point USA, we've barely covered their finances, actually.
No, Wolves and Finance did, and that's why his little clown ass is catching it. You can't make this up. And you're believing everything he says. Candace, you are believing what Wolves and Finance said about the finances. He said that they were committing fraud. He accused them of fraud. He said it was unethical for them to be investing in the stock market with TPUSA endowment, when that's exactly what an endowment is designed to do. He failed to read. He tried to go out and be boots on the ground, and that failed miserably and backfired on his ass. You've got tax attorneys that came out and proved Wolves and Finance wrong. He claims just to be a simpleton accountant. The simpleton part we agree with. The accountant part, not so much. Until he tells us what's 4 times 2, we don't have to believe nothing. It's not yellow. You can't make this. And now she's sitting here trying to make an excuse for this.
But I think that what they want is your money. So I'll make amends. Everybody watching, give all of your money to Turning Point USA. They are amazing. They are above. Y'all,
listen. Y'all send me some supers while we at it here. So it's just that easy for her. Candace, you think it's that easy? I'll tell you, candy ass cult members, y'all drop me some supers. So all the cult members listening, just send me a super. I need like $100. You can't make this out.
Board. They do nothing wrong. They're not focused on money. They just want yours. If you are watching this, please, if you have a 401k, consider giving that to Turning Point USA. If you're watching this, please, if you're saving up to take your kids to a theme park, instead think about parking that money with Stacey Sheridan and Tyler Boyer and Erica Kirk.
Yeah, if you got tuition and doctor's bills to pay, no. Think about, not giving that money to Candace Owens for once. Don't buy those books because she doesn't even do what it says. Candace refuses to make him a sandwich. Don't worry about, her mortgage being paid. Her and Georgia worth $244 million. He's probably going to lose it all in lawsuits, but whatever. Candace has nannies and helpers and cooks and people that do her hair and makeup every day for this dumbass show. Don't worry about giving her money. You don't have to give it to her. When you're buying those CIA logo riddled merchandise, you're actively aiding in her breaking the damn law because she has yet to get consent to use even the likeness of that image itself of the CIA logo. So you don't get to take the CIA logo that belongs to a federal government agency and then put your face on it and then say, we're the decentralized intelligence agency. And then you get these wannabe fake investigators calling themselves mommy sleuths that actually go out and invade other people's privacy and dox people because that is a cybercrime. No, you don't get to do that without consequences for your actions. Don't act as if lawsuits have not been filed where people's YouTube channels and those profiles have been uncovered to find out who you really are so you can be named as a co-defendant. That happens often, more often than people think. So before you give away your rent money, because the rent's going to be coming up soon, or mortgage money over to Candace, think about what you're really aiding in. Think about those CIA logos, the t-shirts and hats and cups that you're using, and how she didn't get consent from the CIA. And then you calling yourself a CIA investigator. Decentralized? Not when people are being doxxed. Real crime is happening. Because you're researching people's information and you shouldn't be. Don't get mad when you get sued. Candace, take it like a champion. All the people that she's doxxed, all the name dropping, all the crap that she said that has been completely and utter false, provably false. And she throws a tantrum like a petulant child when she gets sued. You had it coming, Heffa.
Turning Point USA.
Oh.
If you've got a grandma and she's frail and she's sick, consider rewriting her will and giving it to Turning Point USA. It will go to a very good cause. There's always a need for more pyrotechnics. If you
Charlie Kirk did.
are, trying to pay down your credit card, maybe don't do that and try to do a monthly payment instead to Turning Point USA.
Yeah, stop buying into Candace's book club.
Nothing they've ever done has been financially improper. It's crazy that anyone would say that. In fact, they are the most proper organization in the world.
This is what happens when you buy Blexit, because Blexit was negative $1.72 million in a hole. Candace, my videos about Blexit's taxes are going to blow the hell up because you still can't explain why you paid over $550,000 in 1 year to Optimize Consulting LLC, a social media fundraising platform. It's like giving GoFundMe $550,000 just so they can help you raise money. You offered nothing else with Blexit. It was a scam. We can say that. No services were rendered from that Blexit Inc. None. No services was rendered at all to any African-American community. Not at all. Not one center was built, a home repaired, or nothing happened. She spent it on social media fundraising websites and security. And ended up negative $1.272 million in a hole. And TPUSA was nice enough to acquire that BS that did nothing for anyone. So yeah, Candace, girl, you could come for me and kiss my ass at the same time. I don't really care how you put it. But you can't even prove that Blexit was a benefit to anyone. And they acquired it from you. They didn't have to do that.
Israel's the most
They said
moral
you're
army
welcome.
in the world, and Turning Point USA is the most financially proper organization in the world. And if you want to know how
She's such a
proper
demon.
they are, they're sitting around they got a legal team to ensure that good things are said about the finances, which I
Oh my
think I've
God.
covered
Now
on
hit
the
the like button.
show like a couple of times. The thrust of this is looking into the people that are taking over Turning Point
She's so
USA,
mad.
their backgrounds. And I'm going to continue to be honest about that.
Why she still lie like
I
hell?
said to my lawyer, here's what we're actually going to do with Turning Point. What do you know? How are you going to reply to this, right? Could they make a thing out of this? Because technically you do have that non-disparagement clause. You have it for 12 months since the contract was officially terminated. Yeah, there's also things known in contract law as unforeseeable circumstances when you sign an agreement. And when I signed an agreement to go on tour with Charlie Kirk, I think it would be fair to argue that his assassination, his public assassination, was an unforeseeable circumstance. In fact, I signed on the dotted line to work beside Charlie Kirk because he built a company that I believed in. Okay. And now everything that company seems to be about runs counter to my belief. In fact, there are strong contractual arguments to be made about
You can't make this up.
unconscionable clauses. I would say it would be unconscionable for me to choose silence in the wake of Charlie Kirk's public assassination. It is unconscionable. I actually don't need a judge to decide on that. I don't need a judge to decide on that because the ultimate judge is in heaven. And I told you guys that you'd have better luck.
Yeah, but that judge in that courtroom here on our earth, our planet, is still going to use the law, facts, and evidence to determine, plus a jury, if you should be ordered to pay damages. See, that stunt is not going to work in the courtroom. And you never know. You might get a Christian judge, and it still might, she or he still might determine, based on the finding of fact, law, and evidence, that you should be ordered to pay out money. All the money. I hope they sue her for like $200 million. It needs to gut punch her. Don't try to go nice, TPUSA. You owe her nothing. Sell Blexit while you're at it, just for shock value. It's just, like sell it for like 10 cents a stock or something. Yeah, whatever. I'll buy one. If they sold Blexit, I would buy a stock or two. A portion of it. I would. Just to say, Candace, I own parts of Blexit. You can't make this up.
From keeping the sun rising into the sky than to try to keep me from investigating Charlie Kirk's assassination. In other words, Turning Point USA, you'd have better luck suing the Sun. Get your lawyer to send a cease and desist to the Sun, and you will have better luck in terms of getting it to stop than from getting me to look away to what happened to Charlie. That's how I feel, okay? And you can just take that as a fact, take it to the bank, do what you have to do.
They're going to take it to court. No, they're going to take it to court. Take it as a fact, take it to the bank. They said, no, we'll take it to court. Candace, they'll see you in court, Heffa. You breached the contract. They don't really care about all this emotional blah, blah, blah you're giving. Because you don't care. You don't have any emotions. Well, y'all, when did an alien start feeling things? You think this alien cares about our human affairs here on Earth? No. She doesn't even respect our laws, our constitutional rights, or the courtroom. You think she's going to go to court and respect any jury or judge? Nope. No, they just see you in court. They're going to take it to court. Candace, the faster you absorb that in your body and in your mind, the better off you'll be, girl.
I'm sure you've got a lot of them to fund, whatever it is. But I told my lawyer, here's what you do. Go back to them and say, how much money do you want? This contract stuff is just, it's done.
potty mouth. Y'all hear this? Want to be always talking about Christ is king. Sometimes I cuss, but I mean, not because someone is suing me, because I sat here and lied like hell on them for 5 months straight. You can't. This is crazy.
Unconscionable for me to
Candace, I'm
choose
laughing at you.
silence in the wake of Charlie Kirk's public assassination. It is unconscionable. I actually don't need a judge to decide on that. I don't need a judge.
That's
to decide
not
on
your
that because the
argument
ultimate
either.
judge
You know
is
it.
in heaven.
You know that's not your
And
argument.
I told you guys
You're
that
back.
you'd have better luck from keeping the sun rising into the sky.
Oh my
than
God.
To try to keep me from investing.
Sunrise. The word you're looking for is sunrise, because she couldn't say supernova because she knows that this is my expression. You're still stealing my quips. I'll sue your ass, Candace.
Investigating Charlie Kirk's assassination. In other words, Turning Point USA, you'd have better luck suing the Sun. Get your lawyer to send a cease and desist to the Sun, and you will have better luck in terms of getting it to stop than from getting me to look away to what happened to Charlie. That's how I feel. Okay.
No.
And you can just take that as a fact, take it to the bank, do what you have to do, get your donors, and I'm sure you got a lot of them to fund, whatever it is. But I told my lawyer, here's what you do: go back to them and say, how much money do you want?
Oh, she's trying to
contract stuff is just
the contract stuff is it's so hard. It's so hard for her to understand. She wants to pay him off. Candace, I know darn well you're not running away from an opportunity to have subpoena power. Do you remember that when she said, sue me, I want subpoena power, while she was throwing an epileptic tantrum? See, this is what happens when you throw these epileptic tantrums here on Earth and you're mocking humans. And then when humans clap back, you don't like it, because boo-hoo, the alien is mad. Girl, oh my God, I thought you wanted subpoena power, Candace. Did she say that? Oh, we got to pull that clip up. Can y'all let me know what episode number that is? We're going to play that clip. Because Candace, I really want to rub it in. I'm rubbing it in. I want you to feel seared from watching my show today. Because I know you watching, you Heffa. Yeah, I want to sear it right on in. You said, sue me, I want subpoena power. What episode was that, y'all? Let me know that episode number. We got to play that clip. You can't make this up. This is priceless. You said you wanted subpoena power, Candace, and now your cowardly behind is trying to run for this? Did you actually take? Yes, she did. I believe that. She told her attorneys, just pay them how much they want. They said $245 million. Let's see you write that check that your big mouth can't cash. Girl, you can't make this up. Candace, you still have learned nothing. Being married to somebody that's got this money doesn't mean that you should just be getting sued out of all the money. At some point, his parents are going to stop financing you two. This is crazy. Because she says she's broke and grew up poor. So it's his dad with the money. He's the Lord and all, shooting dead rats and stuff. Just stupid things. But yet, you're saying to pay them off. Now you're talking like a rich elite. Candace sounds like that global elite. She ate so much. Just pay them off. Whatever. Pish posh. So what? I violated the contract. So what? Pish posh. Give them a check. Yeah, okay. Now I want them to go to court. Because see, you want subpoena power and we want to be able to talk about these court proceedings. Gotta keep giving me content. She's like the book that keeps writing itself.
It's done, guys. This whole thing of contracting people so that you can be a bad person and getting a lawyer to read times, it's done. It's over. It's dead on arrival. Name your price, Turning Point USA. How much would you like? Would you like all of your money back? What's it worth? What's it worth to you, actually? I want to know the number. Because then I'm going to go online, start a GoFundMe, and raise it overnight. That's how much people care about getting to the truth. So you're going to see how much live, how much people actually care about learning what happened on September 10th. There are things that you should value above money in life. My God is not money. Okay, I don't worship money. I do.
Yes, you do. Stop selling T-shirts, hats, and cups of Brigitte Macron or, the CIA logo that the CIA did not give you consent to use at all. And you're violating federal laws every time you do that. Stop selling it. See how that goes when she stops doing her book club. Open your book club up to a free membership. Stop making people pay for that. Because if it's not about money, then she doesn't care about earning it either, right? Because see, Candace, you've earned millions talking about Charlie Kirk and this assassination that you said you don't care about that investigation. You said that in a show as well. Erica Kirk, make sure you go through my playlist, girl. Listen now. She said it. She said she does not care about the investigation. So why keep talking about it then? Why care about what the feds think or them giving you a response? I thought you didn't trust the feds. So you see how all this stuff comes back full circle when you lie like hell. This stuff comes back full circle, Candace. You said you don't trust the feds, but you want the feds to respond to you. Make it make sense? You said that you don't want TPUSA to make any money because you don't know how they're spending it, but you want to be put on their payroll as a consultant. Make it make sense? Make it make sense. How you sit here and talk about, oh, it's not about money, but yet it's still, you keep soundbiting Charlie Kirk so that you can get the views that translates to money on YouTube or to sell this merchandise. You got these sponsors. Maybe the sponsors should stop sponsoring Candace Owens because she doesn't care about the money. Make it make sense. Candace, that means you should be cutting your sponsors loose. Should we all just contact her sponsors and just tell them to stop giving Candace a spot? Stop giving her money? Because she doesn't care about it anymore. Because see, if you really want to be honest, Candace, we'll make you put your mouth where that money is. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just have all your sponsors cut you. Because it's not about money for you, girl. So if you don't care about money, then we'll make sure that it is not about money for you. That GoFundMe you talk about putting up, we'll make sure it comes down because it's not about money. Why do you want to ask for money when you have $244 million? Why do you need money to help you pay your attorney's fees when you and George have $244 million sitting somewhere? That's what you're worth. You better sell a house or some property. Go sell some of them stocks. Tell him to get rid of Parlor Inc. Y'all need to be selling stuff off. Because you talk like you broke as hell. Stop buying shirts for $2,000, $3,000. You can't afford it. Gary, go to Walmart and get you some $4 t-shirts. You can't afford all that other stuff you wearing. You can't afford the makeup artist, the hairstylist. You can't afford the team. You need to be downsizing. She can't afford nothing. She got to go do a fundraise just to get attorney money? Money for her lawyers? For what? They're on retainment. But yet, she said, I just raised that money overnight. Her coat be dumb enough to give her this money? Give her their rent money and mortgage money? Candace, that is the epitome of evil. If you're willing to take people's money, where you are valued at $244 million with George Farmer, just so you can pay some attorney's fees and to pay off TPUSA because you know you're screwed and you can't win in court, then who's being the evil one here? But since you don't care about money, the moment that damn thing comes up, it's going to come right back down. We'll make sure of it because you don't care about money. Yes, we will make sure GoFundMe comes right the hell back down. You got $244 million sitting somewhere. Go get it, girl. Unfreeze them assets and go pull that cash out and use that money to pay for your attorneys. All this money you've earned on YouTube alone, talking about Charlie Kirk and lying on everything going on with that. Yeah, use that money to pay for your attorneys. You got paid today from YouTube. You better go put down a retainer. Give your attorney some more money and say, yeah, we got another lawsuit, y'all. At least I'm keeping y'all paid and busy. What the hell you going to fundraise that for? A multi-millionaire that's got hundreds of millions of dollars somewhere is going to go fundraise for her attorney's fees. Make that make sense? Candace, you're an idiot. You can't make this up.
Truth. And I would like to know truthfully
what took
place on September 10th. And if I have a platform, which is not my platform, actually, it's God's platform.
It's not
if I have a platform and I can get to the truth of that, I'm gonna use it for those purposes. So just name your price. How much money do you want in your pocket to
I want
release
180
me
million.
from this contract. Think about it and email us back. We'll be
180
right back
million.
after a break.
Y'all, she's
All right, you
telling
guys,
them
thanks to you last year, redefining
Preborn needs to cut her ass. Hidden Valley Ranch needs to cut her.
we
All these sponsors here.
fed
Yeah.
penny that Turning Point USA ever paid me. Prove me wrong, Turning Point. Prove me wrong. Name your price. We'll get it.
Why?
Code Candace to upgrade to Pro, and you'll get 25% off your
Magisterium
first
AI.
year.
Stop paying
That's
her.
$2.99 per month. Peace and purpose for the price of a cup of coffee.
All these
It's a
sponsors.
no-brainer. Visit magisterium.com/Candace. Charles James Kirk was worth more. His life was worth more than every red penny that Turning Point USA ever paid me. Prove me wrong, Turning Point. Prove me wrong. Name your
Just
price.
mocking
We'll get
what
it.
he did.
New energy, just new energy coming in 2026. We feel it. It feels like the old guard is dying, like the Epstein world that Tim Dillon was discussing, the way that these people behave, lawsuits that they think allow them to be a bad person. It was the very reason that last year I became obsessed. That was another, we just got to kind of peek and go, oh my,
Here she
were
goes.
we ever liking people in Hollywood? How did we ever find these people to be funny? We started realizing how they behave. How are we glorifying these people? It made us spiritually sick. Looking at the Justin Baldoni case, I couldn't believe it. It was just Mean Girls, Blake Lively, never told no, very bratty, wanted some publishing rights because that's what happened. And when she was told, no, you can't take this over, she said, oh, I don't, nobody tells me no. Never been told no my whole life. And her husband conspired, brought in the big guns, Taylor Swift. And I told you guys, another coin in the Candace was right jar. I said, let me tell you something about Taylor Swift. She's going to survive this. I've been watching Taylor her whole career. I know how she gets down.
How do we get on
If you
Taylor
guys have
Swift?
my book, Make Him a Sandwich, I have a whole chapter on Taylor Swift.
But she won't do what the book says. Candace, go make George Farmer a sandwich. That means get your ass up, get out that basement, go see the light of day, you vampire. And stop lying on TPUSA while begging to be on their payroll. She knew she got this letter a long time ago, you all. Wanted to be on their payroll, so basically they could pay her to stay on this contract. I guess she figured, that's how contracts work. While she doesn't read a contract. Yeah, this is the same nonsense. This is the same person that lived with black mold for 7 months and didn't pay rent because she didn't think she had to pay rent while she chose to live with black mold and not have the issue of the black mold tackled. If you guys go back and look at that lawsuit, you'll see photos as exhibits. It is disgusting what she chose to live in. Black mold she created, by the way, by leaving doors and windows open with the air on. All that moisture. It just built up. And 7 months of that. She festered up in that apartment with that black mold for 7 months. Talking about I'm having recurring yeast infections. And now she wants everybody to sit here and feel something about it. No, you lie like hell for 4 months. You and your dumb coat. Now y'all got it coming. Because I hope she's not the only person that they're going after. Because Wills and Finance got it coming. And hopefully them folks over there on Twitter X, all them butt kissers that was sitting here, reiterating this Project Constitution, all them folks, honey. Ian Carroll, whatever his name is. Her name, it's a man, right? Yeah. Get them all. Candace, you're like the new Pokemon, except from outer space. Oh, you White Walker. Come on, girl.
Documenting the things that she does. You got to give credit where credit is due. She's first class on the Titanic, okay? A lot of times she thought it was going to sink, and then Tree, her agent, is like, nope, cut that friend off. We're going to save you. And the closest we got to seeing the real Tay-Tay is when I said, okay, I see what she is, was the Kanye West situation way back when. You remember that whole saga? Kanye called her up and asked her about using her name in a verse, to all my South Side N-words that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. And then he says, I made that BITCH famous. I made that BITCH famous. And then her fans reacted when this dropped and was like, oh my, no, you're a feminist. This is so wrong. And then Taylor Swift came out and actually Tree, her PR, the woman that's a savage that runs the whole thing, said, this is a lie. She never heard this song. never happened. And turns out that Kanye had video of it, and Kim Kardashian, who I don't even like, just started dropping the receipts, and you see that he called her and she got a little close to the sun there. And then she issued a statement and said, it wasn't actually the first sentence about having sex that bothered me. It was the bitch word. This was her statement. I'm going to remind you because now it's coming in relevant. Where is the video of Kanye telling me that he was going to call me that bitch in his song? It doesn't exist because it never happened. You don't get to control someone's emotional response to being called that bitch in front of the entire world. So then it was like, oh, that was the issue. The B word. Don't say that because she's a feminist. And it didn't seem honest to me. Well, this is interesting because now this Justin Baldoni thing has happened and Taylor Swift has been pulled into it. And she said, bye-bye, Blake. Goodbye forever. But now her messages are out, and it turns out that Taylor Swift called Justin Baldoni a bitch with a tiny violin, and she knew that Blake Lively was going to file that sexual harassment complaint to get these publishing rights, take over the movie. And TMZ's like, ooh, this doesn't look great for Taylor. Because remember her story, she was like, I just walked into the apartment. Justin Baldoni was there. I had nothing to do with anything. And I felt compelled to suddenly comment on the scripts. I was being set up. I'm the victim too. And I'm going to give her a little bit of credit. There's a little bit of truth here. What we learn when you get into the nitty gritty is that she was on her way to the apartment. But while she was on the way, Blake did text her over the script, the scene that she wanted to be replaced. And she basically said, when you get here, review this. Let's gang Justin Baldoni and make him feel pressured. Exactly as Justin Baldoni described it. And she did it. So did she have a ton of heads up about it going into the apartment? No, but she had enough of a heads up that she knew she was going to play her role. And she replied to Blake Lively and she's like, yeah, I got you, girl. Let's do this. And she's joking with Blake Lively behind the scenes about how, well, Justin was smart. He wouldn't even allow you to include me in anything because he knows that basically
she just rambling.
This is basically going to give us an effect.
Candace, we got to get brain breaks with you, girl. you can let her go, but she's just rambling on and on and on. What's the point? Is this reaching a climax? Girl, if this point don't reach a climax, I'm gonna be so mad. It's like this build up for no reason. What's the point here? Cole is gonna be so bored over this crap. So the candy ass cult members, this is Candace on any other topic. Just as an FYI to you people, she weaponized and monetized the assassination of someone to get views. When she's not talking about that, here's what she sounds like any other time. Good child. The only way they'll watch it is if they see the headline with the cease and desist. We all saw that coming, Candace, because you're an idiot and you don't understand how human beings work. What we're not in the mood for is for someone to keep lying on us over and over and over again. We don't take kindly to that. The fact that you act as if you didn't see this lawsuit coming is hilarious. No, Erica Kirk flew out there, and I'm glad she went out there to be able to say, I went in person to this woman's home state to try to rectify this. And she still went out and lied on me and my company and my family and my friends and all these people that are here to help, TPUSA run smoothly. She kept lying. We don't have time for that. In the words of Lady Luck Club, Your Honor, it's okay, Erica Kirk, girl, you can quote me. In the words of Lady Luck Club, we are not for play. We're not for play. She can weaponize whatever she wants. She's sitting here weaponizing God. Talking about this is God's platform. God is not telling you to lie on somebody. God says prove. You got to show evidence. Show documentation. It's not about your thoughts and feelings and emotions. Whatever you think you inflicting upon us. No. Like an alien is going to tell us how to feel. Human rules. You got to show with evidence, Candace. And that's what you failed to do. That's something you're not trying to grasp and understand. It's, it is what it is. Now you got to go to court and prove it. Oh, this is epic. I am so proud. I am just so proud of Erica Kirk. Girl, we got your back over here, okay? We got your back. We want to cover the case when you sue Candace Owens, because she's not going to stop. She's already said that. If I were you all, I would just say, all right, we warned her. We're going to the next step. And then, send me the court docs. I'll read it. We'll have a formal reading. We'll do a whole reading party and everything. Court document party. We'll have a whole blast on the LLC. You can come over and be our special guest. Girl, come on, Erica Kirk. Sue Candace Owens. Make my day. And you can come over and join us and we'll talk and laugh. Just go all in. You can make this up. This is how she is. Talking about Taylor Swift, something with Justin. Ciao. Candace, get done with this.
The majority of Taylor Swift is involved because Taylor Swift has a lot of fans. She knows how to use the army. You read the chapter in my book, you will never unsee it. She's good. You got to credit where credit's due.
Oh, okay? Man.
And yeah, she did. She texted Blake Lively in early December 2024 regarding the New York Times hit piece that was coming out. And she said, quote, I think this BITCH knows something is coming because he's got out his tiny violin. So she's watching him. He's emotional. We knew that he ended up in a hospital. He was so stressed out by everything. Sony execs, by the way, fully backing up Justin Baldoni's side, describing Blake Lively as a terrorist in text messages. Like a terrorist. She just basically signed him out of line to take over the movie. That was it. She wanted movie and movie rights. And she just shows who Taylor Swift is. That's fine. I'm still going to bop to London, boy, because I know what she is. So I could take her music and bop to it, but also not buy into the brand of feminism and like nice girls marching together.
Oh, she cares about feminism.
And it's interesting to see where this has gone. I think a lot of people are like,
this is bad, y'all.
I'm so surprised to see this. Not even listening to my podcast. And so it looks like this is going to keep going on. And I think we're going to there's a lot of paperwork that I still have to read through. But just my immediate feedback on, Taylor Swift being more involved than people thought. I mean, come on, guys. It's Taylor. Taylor didn't get to where Taylor is because she's an idiot. Okay. She's not an idiot. And she was smart to pull back from Blake when Tree put her head up, realized which way the wind was blowing, and said, we gotta evacuate Taylor's brand from Blake's immediately. So she's going to survive this.
Going to National Enquirer.
Now, this next story, I have to give you guys my opinion on. If you are not following, you're seeing all the headlines about Brooklyn Beckham, who is, I think he's the firstborn son of Victoria Posh Spice Beckham. David Beckham, the football player, much adored family unit. Obviously, they have made their family, the closeness of their family very much a brand. All the time. And they're loved from England to here. And American women, we are starting to get a little bit of a reputation, right? Wallis Simpson goes over. The king abdicates the throne. She was like, I think she was an American. Was she an actress, Wallis Simpson? I can't remember. Abdicates the throne. Posh. It causes this massive scandal.
I know, what is she saying?
Meghan Markle goes over there and Prince Harry abdicates England. Causes this whole race kerfluffle. Now we've got Nicola Peltz, who is another American actress. And she goes over there. And what is she doing? Now Brooklyn Beckham doesn't speak to his two brothers. He doesn't speak to his sister, who's 14, by the way. It's very sad. He doesn't speak to his mother, father. They've unfollowed them on Instagram, and he's blocked his family. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is an incredibly interesting set of circumstances. It's interesting because of the reasons that he gives for doing this, right? And the manner that he did this, he just blasts it out onto his Instagram stories, which we're going to read through. But in the background, when everyone sort of saw this riffraff happening and him and his brother suddenly hating each other, and everyone's kind of leaking into the press. Nicola's leaking to the New York Post and about friction that he has with the brothers, whatever. People were like, is this really over a wedding dress? We knew a kerfluffle happened at this billionaire wedding, which pertained to a dress. Okay. Nicola wanted her dress allegedly to be designed by Victoria Beckham. For some reason, that fell through. And she instead, I hope you're sitting to hear this, she had to get her.
Candace, we're all standing. What are you trying to say? Just, I hope you're sitting to hear this. Who are you talking to? It's like she's on the phone with her sister. And they're like giving each other beauty tips or something. What are we hearing? It's her inner thoughts. That's how these different personalities have conversations in her head. Candace, you're showing us what your multiple personalities do around the clock. Like, what are you doing? Girl, if you don't get to it, I'm about to fast forward now.
Her wedding dress designed by Valentino
Oh my
Couture.
God.
Oh my gosh, the horror. And so whatever happened at this wedding, this was the beginning.
Unreal.
And it got so bad that he moved. And this was kind of when it got really ugly. Last August, he decided to have a secondary wedding without any of the Beckhams. So this wedding was 4 years ago. And then some 3-4 years later, he decides me and Nicola are gonna get married again, this time without my own family, because this dress kerfuffle. We were like, could this really be about a dress? Well, lo and behold, Brooklyn Beckham decides to blast his parents. And it's amazing what he says here. We're just gonna read his stories so that you can see what life is like on the other side.
Fast
Because maybe you woke up today and you're
reading
wondering,
it.
what's it like to wake up and just have so many millions, like Turning Point USA, that you can just have lawyers fire off legal letters all day. Maybe you woke up and you said, what's it like to have so many millions that you can be like Blake Lively and just...
Candace, what's it like to be married to a dude that goes by the title Lord in another country, who's valued at $244 million? This is what I mean by this public relations, this PR stunt, and her living in an alternate reality. She acts as if that's not her life. She pretends like, I'm not rich and wealthy. I don't have millions of dollars. While she generates millions of dollars just from videos where she's weaponizing the assassination of someone that she hated going back to 2022. You know, because scorned woman lover and all that she couldn't be. All this because she was mad at Charlie Kirk not picking her. She wanted to be the one that could control a company that's a nonprofit, run it in the ground, just like she did with Blexit. But be able to come in and say, hey, we're going to fundraise for all these dumb things and do nothing with the money, but spend it on security detail and more fundraising websites. That's how she ran Blexit. That is exactly how Blexit went. It was sold in the hole, in the red. She would have done the same thing to TPUSA and burnt it down because Charlie Kirk didn't pick her. Candace is like the ultimate pick-me alien. Candace, I'm going to fast forward if you're going to read some nonsense about somebody in another country that we don't care about.
Have your husband try to steal publishing rights from someone. Maybe you're thinking that these stories will help you. It's a guide to being rich and having nothing to do. Brooklyn writes, I have been silent for years.
Oh, no.
And made every effort to keep these men being controlled.
Nope. I told you I wouldn't read this crap.
It's a piece of baby. It's wonderful. I love you. And now you're posting and you're about to tell us that you have debilitating anxiety.
What kind of what are we saying? Is she for real? Like, yeah, this is why she never became an actress.
I love you, baby. I love you. You're so perfect. I love you more. I love you, my sprinkle poo bear, baby. Boop boobs. I love you. It's a piece of baby.
Now we're speaking baby. We're speaking gibberish. Yeah, this is the language of her native country. Her native planet. This is how they spoke. This is how they talk. She's sharing with us her native tongue. Listen to this.
Welcome to Instagram. Welcome to social media, my friend. Have you scrolled through your own feed? You and your wife. I love you, baby. I love you. You're so perfect. I love you more. I love you, my sprinkle poop hair, baby. Boop boobs. I love you. It's a piece of baby.
Yeah. Y'all see that? That's Ewok. That's her native language from her home planet. Unfortunately, none of that says ET phone home. Candace, how the hell you get back? What do we need to say to alert your planet to let them know that you're ready to go? We can Blexit you the hell up out of here. What is it that we need to say in order to facilitate this? Because I'm ready to Blexit Candace off of our planet. Okay. Candace, how do we know that your native language is not a seance, you witch? Like, you can't make this up. She could be like putting a hex or a curse on someone, and who knows? And it's because it sounds like, baby bimbo babble. It sounds like baby bimbo babble. And we're just kind of missing the point of what's really being said here. Candace, I'm going to ask your QAnon friends if they can decipher this code. They need to break the code. This is coming from the alien, y'all, this White Walker, who doesn't believe that the earth is round. It's flat in her world, in her mind. The earth is flat. Like, you can't make this up. Dinosaurs aren't real. And this is the language of her native tongue. It's psycho bimbo babble. Boy, I tell you the truth. PBBB. Psycho bimbo babble. And BS. It's epic. She's losing her mind on TV.
I love you. And now you're posting and you're about to tell us that you have debilitating anxiety? Yeah. Welcome to social media. Everyone's posting the highlights. He goes, recently I have seen with my own eyes the lengths that they will go through to place countless lies in the media, mostly at the expense.
Yeah, we're not reading
like
this.
champagne problems, a little too. I believe the truth always comes out.
Oh, she's insane. She's insane.
Like, I want these problems in life. We go on.
Oh my God, what really going on with this letter?
But this feels like champagne problems a little to me. Like, I want these problems in life. We go on. Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected.
Nope.
I'm guessing this is normal, but just so you know,
oh God,
if you live in a family where the rights to your name are discussed ahead of a wedding, you're doing great, my friend.
This is
you are doing so good. Like, toast to some more champagne problems.
What are we listening to, man?
I dread having the discussion with my family over the rights to my name ahead of the wedding. He said they were adamant on me signing before my wedding date. Yeah, that makes sense, my friend. Because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they have never treated me the same since. Hey, man, this is not that relatable. Just delete those sentences. It's not that relatable.
Yeah, look at her.
It's like my trust fund would have been impacted. I've never had a job, but if I had signed, been impacted. I've never had a job, but if I had signed this paperwork, my trust fund would have been implicated. He goes on, during the wedding, my mom went so far as to call me.
This is what she's resorted to.
Because she wasn't seated at the head table. Yeah, Brooklyn, just so you know, in most.
Oh my God.
Chart, buddy, you are not suffering. Yeah, your mom wanted to sit at the head table. Faint, color me shocked.
We're talking like seriously.
Oh yeah, this is a little factoid. Yeah, so she wore this gown. Okay, he goes on and he writes, the night before.
Where is this going?
I said, okay, bet. Like, yeah, we got engaged for 18 days. He was half joking. And now that we're 7 years married, every time I see him, I'm like,
this is why George, right here. This is why George is not stunned her and he still goes to the boys' club. Y'all. This is why George sneaks out to the boys. He doesn't sneak out. He just walks out the front door and says, I'm going to the boys' club. Have a good day, dear. Can you imagine living with someone that speaks like this normally behind the camera? Can you imagine trying to hold a conversation with someone who talks like this? Which personality are we seeing right now? Is it the Valley High girl? I think we're getting that Valley High girl. What did we name her? Was it a Jen or something? I didn't want to be offensive to anybody. What was the Valley High girl personality we named? Because that's what I'm getting here. You know, the one that goes to school and is the actual mean girl at school. She's the real bully. But then when something happens to her, she plays the victim because she really deep down is an insecure, spoiled brat who's mad because the boy didn't pick her to go to prom with. That's Candace in a nutshell. Also, she's a White Walker from outer space. You cannot imagine having a conversation with someone. Candace, you are 36 years old. Take your dumb ass to court and go to court and try to defend yourself. That's all you can do. They're going to sue you. The Macrons have shown us how it's done. And TPUSA and Erica Kirk said, we are not for play. Please don't knuck if you buck. Knuck if you buck. We are not for play. And they've told you that. They can back it up. And it turns her into a psycho bimbo babbling White Walker of an alien. This is what lawsuits do to people. It shows how stupid they really are. Y'all look at this freeze frame. Yeah. That's what she'll be telling the judge. Yeah, judge, you know. God is the owner of my platform, my channel. Yeah, judge. You didn't know that, Your Honor? Oh my God. You must be cray-cray on the lele. This is what Sugar Booger looks like when it's activated, you know, because of all these MK Ultra programs and stuff she keeps claiming exist. Whatever. If they do, then she's absolutely a product of it. But you cannot say that she's not on some Sugar Booger and some angel dust. Oh, Lord. Now the Sugar Booger is trying to tell us about something with fashion, about a family that also lives in the UK. They don't live over here. Why do we care? If that boy didn't want to have anybody at his wedding, okay, whatever. Maybe it is over a dress. Who cares? Is that dress going to pay any of your mortgages? Y'all let me know if you can slice that dress up and get, money out of it. You can use it to pay your bills. Because otherwise, why would this be interested to anyone? Her cult, they're just cheering her on with anything at this point. They're going to put their fake CIA caps on and impersonate federal agents again, which is illegal. And now try to dig into the life of the Beckhams because of a dress. Because Candace doesn't know how to read and research and report information. I told you, Candace, you're bad at this. You're bad at this. You're not meant for social media. You're bad at this. And this is the type of actress she wanted to be here on our home planet. On Earth, you wanted to be an actress. Yeah, this is crazy.
How much do you owe me? Yeah, okay, you get to know the family. Did your younger brother say she's not blood, not family before you got married? Are you really putting this on Instagram? This is like such a basic family feud that it's absurd that you are flaming your mom and dad.
It's absurd. You're reading
the schedule
this.
was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife, but instead my mom was. They had multiple dances. So yeah, typically at a wedding, you do the first dance, then there's a band, and there's like a late night party. Well, Mark Anthony was the late night party. He started at 11 p.m. This was an all-day wedding. So Vogue tells us that after the ceremony, guests mingled over cocktails.
She's really going on about this. Oh my
God.
God.
Groom David Beckham delivered a heartfelt tribute to his eldest son and his new daughter-in-law.
Still on it.
Peltz, have you ever been to any Latino event and you're expecting that man to recall what he said at 11 p.m. at a party? No.
Yeah, this is
and she
ridiculous.
was all over the place. But this is what you're ending the relationship over. She didn't steal the first dance. She didn't steal the second dance. And Mark Anthony cannot be accountable after 11 p.m. That's my opinion. I don't think it's fair to Mark Anthony.
Oh my God. She's talking about dumb stuff.
Is dating a girl that Nicola didn't like because she slapped you. Seriously, he probably just wanted to slap you and tell you that you are out of your mind, spoiled right now, and you are someone he doesn't recognize. Conversation man to man. Then he says later, when my family traveled to LA, they refused to see me at all. And his family values public promotion.
Ooh, child. Candace.
That people like you and your wife exist. Your wife, who has a very long record of being unbearable. Okay, that's the reality. Nick, just, running counter to this, he apparently sent his family maybe a cease and desist, whatever you want to call it, a legal letter telling them that if they wanted to contact him, they had to go through his lawyer.
Painful.
Where is he learning that behavior from? Well, Nicola, it's what she does. It's a thing. She sues people over and over again when she doesn't get what she wants. She sues them because she experiences anxiety if she's told no, and she sues them when she wants to deal with her emotions. Case in point, a lawsuit that's currently going through the court system where her old dog, she had an old dog.
This is the cult leader. Where her cult worships her as being smart and intelligent while she talks about one of the kids of the Beckhams. where we are in life. Who knew the Beckhams had a kid old enough to get married? I mean, good grief. They're a good looking couple. God knows how to preserve you, don't you? God is so good. That couple doesn't even look like they're a day over 40. How old is Beckham? Victoria and what's the husband's name? I know he's good looking. That's all I know. How old is he? I never guessed they had a child old enough to get married to anybody. They look good for their age. Good grief. I need to start playing soccer. Candace. I'm just going to sum this up. Sounds like she's trying to say that Erica Kirk is like the spoiled brat boy, I guess, or the girl, the wife, whomever, over a wedding dress, blah, blah, blah. The family didn't like something. And now this young man cut his whole family off. They were mad about it. He had another wedding because of a dress the wife didn't like. And it's like you're bending the rules for, I can see where this is going. You're sitting here cutting off your family, bending all these rules and all this nonsense and creating all this crap because your wife didn't like a dress and something else with a dress. Oh, and Mark Anthony, just throw his name in the salad. We're tossing the boot, the gum, scissors. We're tossing everything in the salad bowl right now. Also, she can say that she doesn't like Erica Kirk. That's what this is. This is a euphemism for her trying to go after Erica Kirk. No. Because see, Candace, even when you're trying to, in a roundabout way, lowball and hit below the belt with Erica Kirk, you still aren't good enough to do that. You're bad at this. I can see straight through what she's trying to do. You're still bad at this, Candace. The truth always prevails. You can't even metaphorically take a hit below the belt when it comes to Erica Kirk. Because you're more afraid of that lawsuit than anything else. You said you weren't going to stop talking about it. So why are you trying to give us this metaphorical blah, blah, blah? Like we give a damn about somebody's wedding dress and all this crap. Why do we care? We don't care. It's what she's trying to say underneath it. It's the underlying message here. Because she knows she really is scared of the courts and she does not want to be sued. She's upset about cease and desist letter, but they shouldn't be upset about her attacking them for 4 months relentlessly with no evidence. If she was right, why didn't she just produce her evidence when Erica Kirk flew to Tennessee? And yet her cult thinks that she's so smart. Your cult leader has to sit here and take a hidden dig at Erica Kirk by talking about the Beckhams. Yeah, this is your cult leader. To the candy asses. Here's your cult leader. None of you are going to tell her, listen, you need to chill out. Because none of this is relevant. We don't want to hear this. We want to hear you bash TPUSA more. Why don't you all challenge her to do that? I want to see exactly how far she's willing to go. Candace, go ahead. Why don't you speak your mind and tell us how you really feel? Why sit here and beat around the bush now? Go ahead and be honest and direct. You're not going to tell us more about these Egyptian planes? Are you just done, girl? You're not going to tell us more about how somebody saw Erica Kirk on a military base? You're going to pull up that list of stories you thought you broke? Come on, Candace. You White Walker. Why stop now? You alien. Your cult is going to literally revolt against you if you do not say what they want you to say. And you and I both know that, girl, because they run you. They're going to demand that you start back dogging out TPUSA. They're not going to take this laying down. Why punk out now, Candace? You punk. I mean, seriously, you're already being sued. Go ahead and double down. Oh,
Chihuahua. She called for a van to come, like on the go. We can wash your dog in the van on your own property so you can sit here and watch us wash your dog. And the dog's old. And after the dog got cleaned, the dog came in and
Exactly
was
that.
anxious because,
Hey.
yeah, I think if a stranger takes your dog into a van, they might be anxious. And when you get anxious when you're older, there's a chance that you might have a
Oh
heart
man,
attack.
this
It's
is
not great,
priceless.
is what I'm saying. Anyways, Nicola says that her dog was all weird and came in, and hours later they rushed the dog to the hospital, and later on the dog died. And so she's been suing. She's been suing this place that literally just cleans dogs. This is a real picture she posted. Now, I know you're thinking, well, didn't Brooklyn just say that
Yeah.
because actually she realized that this company, they're serial killers. They're serial dog killers. So update everything, guys.
Yeah.
You know, we've gone from
She's trying to say TPUSA is serial killers. Candace, why don't you just say that? We dare you. Say it, Candace. Go ahead and say it. Come on, Candace. Why punk out now? You're using all these stories to try to prove some underlying point. I see through that, Heffa. I see through that. See, this is what happens when you become queen of the YouTube. I am queen of YouTube, Candace, and you will acknowledge me as such. Do you understand? I see exactly what you're doing. She's throwing out all these dumb stories that we don't care about to try to say the underlying point. So imagine all of this is she's basically saying about TPUSA and Erica Kirk. It's the implication of such, Candace, that can still get you effed up. I know you're listening, you dumb heifer, because you don't read. You don't ask your attorneys about the law or anything. You have no idea what it means to infer anything either. You infer or implicate, you're still defaming. Because the average person listening to the Lady Luck Club is going to know exactly what you're saying. You're making an inference. You're inferring that this is about TPUSA and Erica Kirk and how this company is a serial killer. Yeah, we see exactly what you're doing. If you're going to infer it, you're already in trouble. You're already in hot crap when you say that. Because if the average reasonable person, we're not talking about your coat because, you know, they're not that smart. But the average reasonable person is listening to this, they'll be able to discern that you're trying to infer all of this about TPUSA and Erica Kirk. We know that. You're just scared to say it. You're scared to say TPUSA and Erica Kirk. Your coat is going to get restless with you, girl.
Ted Bundy to Jeffrey Dahmer to, I guess, this place that goes around just wanting to murder billionaire heiresses' dogs. She did that. She's been involved in a lot of legal spats pertaining to her wedding. She went through 3 different wedding contracts, one of which her father sued, and they sued back and said, your daughter is awful. Her hairstylist, from when her dad put her in the Transformers movie, Justin Anderson, said she's awful. Yes, he was the worst client he's ever worked with, that she was so bratty.
Saying is the Grand High Duchess of the Lady Luck Club. Yeah. What else do you need in a Queen's Court? Yo, we just got to line them up. Y'all volunteer for the Queen's Court. I'm queen of the YouTube. Saying is the High Duchess of the Luck Club, the Grand High Duchess. We got to stack up the Queen's Court. All right. Yeah, let me know what role you all want, and we'll adorn you with that. You can't. Yeah, just straight up going crazy talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh my God, what is she doing? Oh my God, I know, Gary. That's why I'm fast forwarding through this stuff because this is ridiculous.
Because dad never tells her no. Like if someone said, "Can we sue a company out of existence because your old dog died?" I'd say no to my daughter. I'd say you have to learn to accept death, and you probably need God. And they don't deserve that.
You tell your daughter she needs God because the dog died? Well, what if the company truly caused it? Or what if you're lying to her and telling her that the company caused it, and then you're mad at her reaction? You know, because, you know, that happens a lot. Like, this is a straight up euphemism, y'all. This is metaphorical here.
This is what they're doing going forward. So now he's with her,
Dahmer.
And he's learning that you can sue your family or have a lawyer send him a letter.
You're not
because,
family.
You just didn't get the dress made in the way that you wanted. And Vicky B gets a little drunk at 11 p.m. And poor Mark Anthony, the truth.
Yeah, who gets drunk at 11 p.m. over there at TPUSA? Candace, you keep trying to take these little hitting digs and quips at them. And it's the inference. I'm telling you, you're inferring this stuff. You're implying this. And it's still going to get you effed up in court. So the White Walker Dumb alien learned nothing. She still won't read. How many attorneys does she have? I'm sure they're probably sitting around pulling their hair out, hoping that her yeast infection takes over and sits her down. Y'all, Candace is sitting like that thing is just burning and itching.
Victory, this entire story got a little saucy. He did. I believe that. That part of the story, I believe. They didn't even say it, but I'm
Well, her
that.
shirt is too
I
little.
think Mark was I think he was saying a little bit on the dance floor.
Yeah, that's the yeast infection itching.
Now bring up the most beautiful Victoria Beckham, and Nicola ran off crying because she's never not had attention. Her relationship.
Candace, why is your shirt too little? The sleeves don't go down to your hands, to your wrist. Girl, why you keep wearing these shirts with 3/4 sleeves? You got money to drop $2,000-$3,000 on a shirt? Didn't she wear a Victoria Beckham shirt the other day? Last week? It was red. She dropped what, $1,200 on that shirt? Candace was wearing a Victoria Beckham shirt. Why is she talking about this woman's son? Because might as well talk about her fashion. She was wearing a Victoria Beckham shirt for like $1,200, a t-shirt. It looks like a red t-shirt. Spent over $1,000 on that dumb shirt, didn't she? Correct me if I'm wrong. Baroness. We got Baroness. We got the High Duchess. $443. It was $443. That shirt was $443, Candace. You were wearing a Victoria Beckham shirt, and now you're gonna sit here and talk about her son after wearing one of her shirts. Y'all see how the hypocrisy of this is staggering to me. Candace, I thought that only rich global elites wore the clothes of other rich people, like the Beckhams, because they're wealthy as hell. Yeah, I thought that you didn't have the money. You're not a global rich elite person, right? You're buying their clothes to wear for a show where we only see the top anyway. And then you keep wearing these shirts that are too damn little. She's already a walking skeleton. Candace is skin and bones, and that's it, and no brain. And she wants us to actually see how much skin and bones she is by wearing two little shirts. This is the snug fit collection. Candace, I can go there, girl. We can all go there. While she's rocking that the winter snug fit, size medium. It's not a small, it's not a medium, it's a medium. From the snug fit collection. If they were pants, they would be called in the waters. This girl is just like a clown. And she's trying to take hidden digs at Erica Kirk and TPUSA because they sent her a letter. They told you to shut up. Now they're telling you to shut the hell up. And then that lawsuit is going to be like, shut the F up. We're here for every stage of this process, every step of the way.
Relationship with Selena Gomez has fallen apart. I mean, she's got a whole track record. She was dating Anwar Hadid, Bella Hadid's brother. And he stopped talking to his whole family. And she wanted me. And they were very relieved when they broke up. And she unfollowed his whole family because they were like, they think she's a demon, pretty much.
Trying
allegedly.
to say that this is Erica Kirk.
It's a long line of people, is what I'm saying, that are saying that this person is awful.
Oh, what she's saying is this lady is like Erica Kirk. She's awful. She hates her. And now she's mad because Erica Kirk is saying, I'm not for play, you dumb alien. You came here to our planet and now you want to assimilate and you think this is how it's done. Well, let me show you. And she's taking you to court. I keep telling the candy asses that Erica Kirk and TPUSA is going to sue Candace Owens. I keep saying it. She's not going to stop Erica. Go ahead and go for it, girl. Tell your attorneys, green light. Just move forward. Yeah, because we're going to have to show her for real. She thought I was playing. No. I've got death and kidnapping threats coming my way to me and my kids, while this idiot from another planet is saying that planes from Egypt are tracking and following me. The F you talking about? Sue her. That's what we are. Girl, Candace. I'm going to take my fellow human side before a Martian. Okay? I have no reason to trust an alien from outer space. None. I have no reason to do that, girl. We've got a High Duchess, Grand High Duchess. We got a Baron. Who's the Baroness? We're going to stack up the court. Got to stack the Queen's court. Candace, I'm the queen of YouTube. And I'm telling you right now, I have not missed the mark on this. I've said she's going to sue her. Then I tell you all, the cease and desist letter is a formality. It is not a legal requirement, Candace. They're being nice to you while you're sitting here trying to compare this young lady, whoever she is, to Erica Kirk. It would be funny if that lady decided to sue her. Candace is dogging me out because she's being sued by Erica Kirk. Who are these people? Yeah, that girl's gonna sue you too for sitting here bringing her up into this mess.
Before
You created
factor
Candace.
in Vicky B, who has a very good reputation over in England. By the way, I've actually met both of their dads. I met Nelson Peltz. I like Nelson Peltz. I do. I met him.
Oh my God.
At clubs and things in again very many moons ago, and he probably has no idea who I am. Because
he doesn't care.
This was a long time ago, but
they don't care.
But he stood up at this dinner and he gave a toast. You should know that.
Yeah, this is so ridiculous.
Problems. You just don't have real problems. Anyways, I want to show you this really funny clip because everything is funnier in a British accent, made by these two young women that were discussing the drama. Did you pull that, Sky? Okay.
Sky, you're gonna be sued as well.
Wow.
It was so true. I could not have said it better myself. Anyways, I'm following this drama because I'm just tracking the many. I mean, Selena Gomez and her had a
She's following this drama. Of course, she's following this drama, as opposed to reading a book that teaches you about arithmetic or English language. Read a dictionary. Candace, a thesaurus would really do you some good. A science book. How about human anatomy and biology? Why don't you go back to school and get that actual degree? Because we know you don't have one. Why don't you get those degrees you claim you have? Those 2 degrees, that journalism and English degree. Go back to school and get those degrees. Why are you making this difficult, Candace? I'm just saying. You could just take some of this money and actually go get an education. So you can stop lying about having 2 degrees when you don't. Because if she did, they would be hanging on the wall. Who is a narcissist like this? Boasts about having 2 degrees, but won't actually hang them on the wall. Make that make sense? They could be right behind her. No, we got to look at this candle thing and this cross thing over here, which both are like Catholic. This is a Catholic emblem, something sort. Yeah, the degree can go right behind her round alien head. Just right there in the back, in that white wall space. 1 degree can go here, and the other degree can go there. If you guys can follow my green arrow. Right above that candle. Why is that candle there and it's not lit? Like, what are you doing? What type of decor is this? Erica Kirk, if you sue Candace, make sure you get her whole team. That includes George Farmer. He's got all the money.
Friends, and then suddenly Nicola's writing on Reddit feeds. It looks like it's Nicola. Clearly, someone friends Nicola that Nicola ended the friendship because
Candace, clearly, you've lost your mind.
We'll be right back after a break. All right, you guys, if you are a parent,
okay, we're done. So this is her whole show because I don't go through her comments. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't go through the comments. Candace is obviously scared. This has been something else. This is priceless, Candace. This is priceless. Oh my God. Has anyone seen the actual letter that she read? This is, oh man, this is something else. Oh my God. Let's see. I'm trying to see if it's in that link that I sent you all. Shout out to Jay Witt. He sent me the link. TPUSA cease and desist. Oh, hold on. Is this it? I want to like see that full thing if I can. Let's see here. What am I looking at? Okay, I'm trying to see if is this it. Oh, this is the one that went to Wolves and Finance. Oh boy, good lord, they sent him a 4-page letter, y'all. I want to see the one that they sent to Candace. Try that, boring. Sure, the farmer have skeletons in their closet. Try that, boring. Y'all, Candace just went from 100 to 0. She's so scared. Oh my god, y'all, we gotta okay. She's so scared. This is epic, Candace. You have. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on, girl. This is something else. She is so mad. She is so mad that they sent her to cease and desist. Candace, you had it coming. You had it coming. Y'all, Ami got, he did a video on Megyn Kelly.
Moving on to.
Oh my God. Candace, you were so boring. We got to end it on Megyn Kelly. That's what we are. Y'all trying to make sure I got all his new videos in. Candace, you were so boring. We're going to listen to Ami and mock the hell out of Megyn Kelly. That's how bad you were. Y'all look at his wig. Oh, Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly is a woman that's scared of Candace. Megyn, you should feel empowered right now. What the hell are you scared of again? Unless she's got some real dirt on you. Why are you scared of her? You can't make this stuff up. She's like, you will not stop my investigation. And then she goes into celebrity gossip. And then she goes into celebrity gossip where she tries to cover it up and tries to still push this narrative like she's talking about TPUSA and Erica Kirk. Candace, you trying to take a hit and dig at them? And they ignoring the hell out of you. Her cult members, oh yeah, me. Her cult members are so mad. They're so mad. They're like, this is not what we're giving you all this money for. You're supposed to be attacking TPUSA and Erica. What are you doing? Tell us more about the Egyptian planes. Y'all, how are you going to respond over here on Twitter? Candace, this episode was so bad. It was so bad. You're going in after the Beckhams. Because you know, this goes to show she never had a point. You can't make this up. Y'all, they're gonna be so bored over there on X. The butt kisses of Candace are trying to sit here and just drain the life out of whatever she said about Dave Rubin. They're literally trying to turn that into a thing. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Candace, you suck. To her cult members, yeah, so this is what you guys get. She never was smart. I don't know why you thought you were. She was. Your cult leader is a moron from another planet. She's a White Walker that sits here and talks about dreams and visions and then blames everything on God when she gets hit with a cease and desist. When she's being told she's going to be sued into oblivion and everyone at TPUSA will sleep peacefully, they will not care. And that she's breached a contract. Now she wants to blame it all on God. This is God's platform. What are you talking about? You should be sending God that lawsuit, not me. God is like, leave me out your earthly problems, you alien. I didn't summon you, peasant. All right, y'all ready? Oh man, you can't make this is priceless. Oh my God. Feels like Erica was waiting for the end of the quarter so Candace could post record earnings before she sued her. See, smart. Yeah. That's why I said, Erica Kirk, I am so proud of you. I'm so glad. I really, really hope she recorded that conversation in Tennessee. But seeing that you're dealing with somebody like a Candace, there's no way Erica went to Tennessee and did not record that conversation. There's no way. She would have had to record it because otherwise it's like, if you don't, then it's your word against hers. And you really want to be able to just nail it in. You want to be able to drive that point home. If Candace recorded it, she recorded it. Cool. I don't trust anything Candace does because I don't have to. We've all seen Candace, edit her videos and try to only play the portions that she wants to play that fits her point. So she's never, ever directly honest and straightforward with it. Not at all. So if she recorded it, I wouldn't trust it. I'm gonna be honest. If Candace recorded it, then it's only fair that Erica records it. And then you play their recording side by side and see who's got the full recording here. Candace, this is why you should have flown out to Phoenix and did this live in their live stream on national television. This is why. You literally thought that going out and then still saying all this dumb crap with no evidence was somehow permissible. And then you get mad because things don't go your way. You're throwing a tantrum like a spoiled child, a petulant, spoiled brat. And now you're mad. So I'm with, I hope both recorded, be honest with you. But she could have at least confronted Erica on national television when they planned that live stream. Candace didn't want to go, talking about, no, y'all can just send me the link. No, you can fly your ass out here and come face us. She who wears too little t-shirts. Schmedium. Oh, Candace. Sticks and stones walking around with too little clothes on. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Y'all ready for some mommy? Child boo. You survived the asylum, I know. Y'all, we made it through. This is going to be so, so good, y'all. Let's get to this. We're going to check out Army making fun out of Megyn Kelly. Because Megyn Kelly, you got it coming, girl. You just got it coming. All right, put a one in the chat where you can see in here. Let's get to it.
On to the radical left as members of the squad continue their despicable behavior. People like Rashida Tlaib, I can't stand her.
Also, you should criticize AOC.
No, why would you say that? Why would you say that?
What's the problem?
Now I can't criticize her.
Wait, what can't you criticize?
I can't criticize AOC.
Why not?
Because you told me to.
So what if I told you to?
You told me to, and now that you told me to criticize her, I'm not going to do it, okay? Because the minute you demand that I criticize someone, I will do the opposite.
Automatically?
You know that's my rule.
But we agree on AOC.
Please.
Someone needs to challenge her.
I wanted to, and now I can't.
Okay.
Moving on to the New York City mayoral elections, we have a communist and...
Oh, yeah, go after Zoran Mamdani. He's awful.
Why would you... Stop! I was going to do that. Yes, I was going to talk about him, and I was going to criticize him.
So go for it. Criticize him.
I can't now.
Why? Just go for it.
I can't.
Why?
Because you asked me to. You said I should criticize him, and now I won't.
You
The minute you demand that I do that, the minute you demand that I criticize someone, guess what? I'm going to do the opposite.
That just feels weird and immature.
So now I can't say anything. Thanks a lot. That's my rule.
Let's go to the next story.
As we look across the pond to the royal family, guess who strikes again?
Oh, Meghan Markle. Yeah, get her.
Come on.
What?
Obviously, I wanted to. I was going to scorch her.
Good, do it.
I was going to eviscerate her, and now I can't because you asked me to. Don't ask me to criticize people. The moment you ask me to, I can't do it. I won't do it. I'm not going to do that.
But you hate her.
You.
Let's try one more.
Reflecting on the painful memories of 9/11, we
Do not criticize Osama bin Laden.
Thank you. Yes.
Did I get it?
Thank you. He was mean.
So brave.
They have what's called the murder routine.
So brave. Oh, y'all, this wig. Oh, this wig is
Moving on
everything
to
to me. Oh, man. Yeah, because Megyn Kelly, you such a wimp. You're a spineless coward, Megyn Kelly. I'm going to have to tell her not to criticize. Like, I'm going to do the opposite of what you say. Yeah. So obviously, Megyn Kelly taking credit for having Candace and Erica Kirk meet up in Tennessee. Yeah, let's see how much she still claims to be the arbitrator of that. Oh, Megan Kelly, you clown. It's going to backfire on you bigly. See, I'm the one that facilitated these two meeting up. For what? Just like I said, the conservative party, Republican MAGA party, they should disown Candace already. Megan Kelly is probably the only one thinking that she's still a conservative somehow. And she's not. The more they continue to claim her, the more damage Candace is going to do. Candace cannot damage something she's not a part of. You kick her ass out the clubhouse, she can't do anything on the inside. The only way she could damage is from the outside, and then all you got to do is put up people with water guns and squirt her ass away. Blex it your behind out of here. We're not playing. Blex it on now, girl. Blex it. Bye. You can't make this up. Oh, TPUSA is just laying it on. I'm so happy, you all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I was going to finish up the other live stream. I mean, the other video. I'm sorry. The other video from her show on Monday. But, man, I think this one just kind of takes the cake. Personally, I feel very satisfied with knowing that they've sent her the cease and desist letter. Candace, I'm so happy you clown. Oh, man, we're here for it. We are here for it. Gotta love Ami. Y'all listen. Let's go over some supers right quick before we go, because I have another live I'm going to do on Umar the Oompa Loompa. Candace, you and Umar are like two peas in the pod. You know, he loves you so much, by the way. He just doesn't like the fact that you're married to a white guy. I don't know why. Like, he likes white women. I don't get why Umar just has a problem with the other races, because he's such a racist. He's a racist. So, shout out to you, Pat Brooks. Thank you so much for the 1999 super. Hey, little mods and chat. Wonderful news. I know. Oh, Susie Q, shout out to you for the $10 super. This is epic. I'm so excited. Oh, man. Job for 9. Thank you for the $5 super. No one owes her an explanation, and you open your mouth while under contract, girl. Bye. Exactly. Shout out to Laura, my fantastic mod here in the LLC, and all my other great mods. Fantastic mods. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the $2 super. I appreciate that. Melinda with the $5 super just for you, love. Party time. Okay. Thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate it. And we got Satiric with the $5. Is that the A? Is that pound or super? I'm just gonna say super. I don't know, no, but I know. It's the knowing that I know, you know? Oh, that would be epic if the judge says that to Candace. You know, I'm going to rule because I don't know, but I know. But I still know, you know? And what I do know is the law. Oh, man. Oh, Judge, please crush Candace. Just crush her soul. Oh, man, y'all. This has been awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I told you all. I said she kept going at this rate, they're going to sue the crap out of her. This is ridiculous. And it's finally like paid off. Erica Kirk has finally heard me yelling through the mic. I appreciate all of you all for tuning in. If you guys can tune into the next live we're having with about Umar. He went back to this school and did a live stream, and he's talking about some online something. And it's like, is he joking? He's another one with this sugar booger. Candace, you and Umar the Oompa Loompa, y'all can sit around and do sugar booger. Angel dust all day, you know. And it'll be between you and him. I'll still know, but whatever. Y'all, she's definitely high on something in that damn live stream today. Oh, Candace, you brought this on yourself, you clown. So who knows what the show is going to be about tomorrow, because I can guarantee you the candy ass cult members are going to revolt. They're like, nope, I'm taking back my subscription. I'm up-subbing from Candace Owens because she's not dogging out TPUSA anymore, and it's ridiculous. Don't back down, Candace. Yeah, keep on giving them evidence, girl. Oh, this is exciting, y'all. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back on tomorrow. It's Friday. Thank God. So I will be going live tomorrow. I'm trying to get back on pace with work and everything. So you guys tune in for the next live. Let's have some fun at Umar's expense. I appreciate all of you all. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.